orange I wanted to discuss,
By
but
the
like I'm
way,
excited.
I just went live. So you
Okay.
said let's do this, so I said it, so we started doing this, and then you kept talking.
What?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have a special feature for everybody involved.
Help me, I've been captured against my will. He said he would give me the king size bar, and I don't see the king size bar, and I just ended up in this basement.
I mean, I have a basement, and it's basically a fallout shelter.
It's a nice basement. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to like defend your basement? It's a nice basement.
My basement is lovely, okay? I have a glorious basement. Don't talk bad about my basement. I hope you guys like the background and all the pretty shit I put together for the stream tonight, because it's not going to be a gaming stream. I actually got to change all that bullshit while I'm thinking about it. And oh, by the way, I haven't had chat up this whole time, so anyone who said anything, I haven't read it.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Oh wait, I did actually have. Oh wait, no, I legitimately did not have chat up this whole time. Well, I tried. For a second there, I was like, wait, no, I've had it up in OBS, but then I remembered I didn't add a chat window for this OBS screen, so no, I haven't.
Lols.
Just chatting. And
M's here. Help me, I'm scared.
Yeah, I know, I'm changing that shit, Gregor. Give me a minute.
I'm scared. He kidnapped me. I like how the butterflies carry me away, and you can be found out like the butterflies carrying me to my channel. Is that what, or did you like accidentally put it there?
No, it was all intentional. It was
I think
all
it was
intentional,
You're
ladies
just like,
and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't argue with me. It was all intentional.
Don't argue with me.
Ooh, animal cookies. Now we're talking.
You make enough for everyone? We're on a low budget, okay? We don't have food for everyone, so if you guys brought snacks.
Also, Gregor, how can you not like manga? It's literature.
Yeah. It's poetic literature. Sometimes it's just... Yeah.
Hey, Dylan's here, and M's here, and Retro's here. Everybody's here. So it's 4 people. Okay. Yay. We got a good number of people. We got the people we want. We could always have more, but we got the people we want.
Okay, you promised to be the king size bar. Now where is the candy?
You don't get candy.
Wah.
The fat kids don't get candy.
I'm happy waiting. My aunt says I'm beautiful.
Alright, so...
He says for gangsters. I don't know how to handle this.
We might as well interrupt each... Or, not interrupt each other. I mean, we're going to be doing lots of that, too, but that's not the point. We might as well start by introducing each other, since this is going up on YouTube.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, presumably.
I know you said that. I'm just fucking... I totally know what I'm doing. Hi, YouTube. My name is Katie Fox. My streamer name is Katie Fox 92. I like long walks on the beaches and crying to myself. It's kind of one of my hobbies.
She does a lot of the crying to herself part.
I do a lot of that, though. And I also like doing variety gaming, where I play a different bunch of games. And I like hanging out with friends and reading mangas. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my introduction, because I'm social anxiety and I just don't know how to fucking do this. Sandra, you can go now. Apparently I need to speak louder.
I already turned up the volume a little bit, so I'm Thunderflame. I'm running this whole show. Not particularly well, I might add, but that's the usual. So we're just I stream. I'm a full-time streamer on Twitch, affiliate. I stream 5 nights a week on Twitch TV Thunderflame. And that's pretty much everybody. All you really need to know about me. And I'm pretty much a variety streamer. I don't play many multiplayer games, pretty much just one-player games, except for the occasional sub games with Gregor when we play Fallout 4, because he's the only one who subs to me. No, not really.
Uh, excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah, my
Excuse me?
other sub doesn't ever play Fallout 4 with me because she's a scrub.
No, you're just mean, and I don't want to spend that much time with you.
Wow. All right, so wait, no, that one was supposed to be okay. I got one more meme to send over to the Discord for later.
I can hear your music from your M. You need to turn that noise down.
All right, so we've got a couple different manga we read for the week. We read the first volume of each manga only, so we're not going to be discussing anything that happens later in the series this week. And we have, I think, 10 total mangas that we went through and read.
Yes, that is a thing that we did this week. We totally didn't read one of the mangas and do 10 volumes and totally did not fully read everything and then had to go read different volumes for different mangas. That's totally not what one of us did.
Yeah, Katie's a screw up. She doesn't listen to anything she's told, so this is
I don't read.
pretty par for the course.
It works out.
So, the first manga we're going to be discussing is Assassination Classroom, which I don't have any pictures for fucking anything, so y'all better get used to it. I might add one in the middle right now.
So if you can guys just Google what's his name? Hosai? Nagisa?
Nagisa.
I forgot his
God
name
damn it.
already.
So that's gonna be our first point. So Assassination Classroom, the basic synopsis of the manga is a bunch of kids go to school, and they are in a school where basically the school is divided into two buildings. There's the regular building where students who actually matter go, and then there's E-class, where students who basically the faculty doesn't give a shit about them because either they're delinquents or they're bad at school or whatever. Basically,
That's fair.
And that's where all the delinquents go, is Class E, which is a whole separate building that's separated from the whole rest of the school, and they're pretty much treated like crap. And
by crap we mean like he tries to nurture them and it's like, hey, underage kids, you should come over here and assassinate me or I'm gonna destroy the world. And
yeah, so basically
like,
then what happens is all of a sudden the moon, like 3/4 of the moon is blown up, leaving it just a crescent shape. And then the next day they go to school, and they're starting their new school year, and they get there, and the teacher is like this yellow blob, tentacled, person-ish shaped thing. And there's government agents that are standing in the room basically tell the kids that basically because nobody gives a shit about them, they're having this monster that blew up the fucking moon be their teacher, and in exchange for them, because the monster says that he's going to blow up the entire planet at the end of the school year.
He legit just holds all the world leaders hostage. He just like straight up is like, hey guys, so I don't want to put in the effort, so I specifically only will die to the hands of this Class E random Japanese high school. If my demands are not met, I'm gonna just kill everyone. You have 1 year to have these kids assassinate me. Good luck, says the yellow Teletubby octopus man. Yeah, it's like the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. So then basically the whole character is based on then there's the main character who is a boy, girl.
I like to say fantasy wonder.
I'm just saying Google says Nagisa's a boy, my dick says he's a girl. You know.
My heart says fantasy wonder because I'm just gonna let them be chill, you know? Just let them follow their killing dreams.
Yeah, so basically that's the whole story. Is then they go and they decide they have to kill their teacher before the end of the year. So then they get a bunch of
Yes.
students who want to kill their teacher, and basically the teacher started this monster alien thing who's not really an alien because he specifies he's from Earth.
He's like a teenage
Specifies that
mutant turtle, but like
he
he's an octopus. Sorry.
yes, that is surprisingly accurate coming from Katie. um So he kind of is like he uses all the opportunities where they try and assassinate him. I keep using the word assassinate even though it's clumsy because the show or the manga uses it over and over and over again, even though it's really not the right word because he's not anybody special. And they just keep trying to kill him, and he keeps using their attempts at killing him as teaching opportunities to teach them to be better and trust themselves.
Yeah.
And it's super fucking wholesome.
It is. Like there's this one scene where Beautiful Dream gets gained up by the extras, and they're just like, "Hey, we can't come up with anything creative, so we're gonna put all this responsibility on you, and you're just gonna be the cop out. You're just gonna you're gonna sacrifice for the greater good of all, because we can't come up with any other ideas." So basically, they make Beautiful Wonder have a grenade strapped around their neck, and like they disguise it as like a ruse, like turn in homework, trying to like fool the teacher, but then there's a knife under the paper, so it's a trap within a trap. So Beautiful Wonder goes up to the teacher and she's like, "Oh, here's my homework assignment," and then the teacher's like, "Huh, nice try. I see the knife." And then Beautiful Wonder goes, hugs the teacher, and explodes. And then the teacher luckily saves Beautiful Wonder, but then kind of teaches them like, "Hey, you're better than this, extras." Because just because you're extras doesn't mean you can't contribute to the class. And then totally gives like Beautiful Wonder like 10 out of 10. It's pretty great. Pretty sad too. Yeah. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's more or less correct.
Yeah. See, I read. I read.
Coming from someone who does not, in fact, know how to read.
I do know how to read. I just can't spell. There's a difference.
Yeah, that tends to happen retro. It tends to be that the title takes forever to actually catch up with itself.
Yeah. Oh, I have a caption?
What?
Wait, what about a caption? I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything like caption.
I said caption. I thought like there was subtitles, and I was like,
I
"Damn, bro, you
said
can do
title.
subtitles?"
I said title, which is not the same
Subtitles.
word as caption. It doesn't even
I
sound
was
like
so
it.
impressed. I was just like, "Oh, well, have fun with subtitles for me."
I wish I could get subtitles for you. Maybe people would understand what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Google doesn't even understand me, so good luck.
So then they introduce a new character to the scheme where this character is somebody who was super smart and part of the regular class, but then he just started beating the shit out of random people at school because he knew he could get away with it until he couldn't get away with it anymore because he's picked the wrong people to beat up. And so he got kicked into E class because of his violent tendencies, and he just is looking forward to killing everybody and anything. Basically me on a daily basis.
If anything, you're the teacher.
I think I'm too. I think the teacher's a bit too derpy to be me. I'm pretty sure the teacher's more you.
I think that's kind of fair, that though, yeah, because I'm like being wholesome about it. I'm like, good try. Here's some life lessons. Okay, so here's my theory though. Okay, so Blue Hair Wonder. Okay, there's a scene where Yellow Tubby Man has a flashback, and like he's holding this girl in his arms, and like the girl in his arms is like
Oh, I forgot
they're
about
having
that
like a
stuff.
moment. Yeah, they're having a moment. I think that was Blue Wonder's mom, and that's why the teacher is so interested in them. I think the mom was like, "Hey, look over my kid," and Yellow Tubby was like, "How do you look over things? Oh, that's right. I have to teach him to kill the once monster on this planet." Type thing. So that's what my theory is.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's a sound theory.
I watched the anime, so I'm not going to theorize as to what happens at a later date in this series.
Bye, Retro.
Cool, Retro. So not a lot really happened in this first section of manga. I feel like it was mostly just setting the scene. There were a couple of measly assassination attempts, but they were all terrible. They tried to throw a baseball at him. The fucking alien dude can fly at Mach 20, which I'm pretty sure isn't even possible. But and he regenerates. Anything that isn't like... Basically, he's Cell. If you don't kill him on the first go, he regenerates within a couple minutes.
Ugh. I'm just having PTSD all over again.
Yes, I'm trying to make room to like add a picture into the center so I can like pull stuff at random, but it's not actually working, unfortunately.
That's how that works. Okay, trapped equals radiation mutants. Got it.
Right? Don't worry, there will be at least one more trap in this evening.
Like, what kind of trap?
Najimi?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way right now, Em. I am sick as a dog. I woke up this morning much worse than I'd been in weeks, and I was pretty fucking pissed, to be honest. Demonetized, by the way.
You're gonna need more alcohol. Okay. Okay, so my other theory is poison. Like, I think Poison Girl is actually like the daughter of a big time assassination guy, because like there was this guy that had poison all over. I think she's actually gonna be a big deal later on.
Okay, so who she's talking about is one of the people in the class is incredibly like doesn't know how to talk to people at all, doesn't know how to do anything, but she's really good at chemistry. So she just starts whipping up poisons and then just walks up to the teacher and says, "Here's a poison, will you please drink it?" And sees if she can get him to die from it. And it doesn't work, ever.
He actually just trolls with her. It's just like, hey, this poison makes me a different form. Now I can mess with you guys even more. And it's just like, oh, okay. And then like they lecture her about how, you shouldn't tell people you're poisoning them. It doesn't work out that way. And then she's like legitimately surprised. And I just kind of face palmed. Yeah.
Alright, so with that said, frankly, this manga was the first volume of this manga is super boring. It doesn't get better until later. Or presumably. So I said we end this manga and start talking about One Punch. One Punch is up next.
One Punch!
Which we go from one manga, that's first volume, does a really, really bad job of setting the story and is really, really slow and nothing happens, to another manga that is even worse at setting the story in its first volume. And on top of that is even slower and nothing happens. The first volume of One Punch is absolutely terrible. The only nice things about the first volume of One Punch is that we do find out exactly how the main character, who is just basically this bald-headed weirdo, this bald-headed weirdo who decides one day that he's bored at work and doesn't want to go to work no more. So he decides to start exercising. And he exercises so much that he becomes like a superhero. I'm not kidding. What's more interesting is his exercise regimen is super fucking easy. It's literally 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and he runs for 5 kilometers a day. For those of us in America, a kilometer is about half a mile.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was like a
So,
mile. I was
no.
almost right.
No, it's a little bit more than half of a mile.
Oh, okay. I was kind of right.
Or a
It was
little bit, no, it's a little less than half a mile, sorry. So, basically, he runs 2.5 miles a day, does 100 push ups, 100 sit ups, and 100 squats. And that every day for like, I think it's like 2 months. He
That was a
exercises
year.
so much. Yeah, I don't know. He
Oh
exercises
well.
so much that all of his hair falls out. And now he can just punch anything. Anything he punches just dies. He's like super fucking strong just from doing 100 sit-ups, 100 fucking push-ups, and a hundred squats a day.
Yeah, no, pretty much because like Cyborg Sama basically legit asks him because like oh how did you get this strong, and Saitama just basically tells him his training regimen, and he's just like that's a basic training workout, and he's just like oh well then, and Cyborg Sama gets like super pissed off, which I don't blame him.
Yeah,
Cause
so who she's
like
talking about is, as usual, Katie skips any introductions before she starts talking about a character. The main purpose of the first volume is a cyborg character who wants to become one of the best heroes, hunts down Saitama after seeing him on I think a news bit, after he basically just wipes the floor with a villain,
yeah, pretty much.
and hunts him down in order to get Saitama to train him and teach him how he's so fucking powerful.
Yeah, and Saitama just is being honest because he doesn't know himself. And my favorite part is Saitama's epic battle with this fly, and he can't seem to like kill the fly. Like that's the only thing he can't really get is just the basic fly, which is pretty great for me because that makes him a little bit more normal to me. Besides how he tries to live day to day, but then he like punches something and it just kind of takes away his normalcy. So I do like that scene where they add it. That like meant actually a lot to me. So I was like, oh, he's just gonna be like this OP character, have nothing much to him. But then they show that scene and it brought more to him. I also really like how he looks forward to like supermarket trips and stuff. Like he like a lot of normalcy things, like little small bargains and like everyday sales type thing. Like that's his motivation. It's not to like besides like
Yeah, he
finding
just
somebody
wants to live a
die.
normal fucking life.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
literally it. He just
all
wants
he
to live a
wanted.
boring, normal fucking life, but doesn't want to have to go to work.
Yeah, or find someone that doesn't die when he like touches, basically like punches. Like those are the two things he wants, and he doesn't
Yeah,
get either.
occasionally he's like so bored with fights that he decides he wants to go and look for somebody who can actually fucking fight him. Which doesn't ever work out. And at the very end of the first manga, they kind of introduce like a villain hierarchy almost. And I'm hoping
Yeah,
that actually leads somewhere because frankly, I don't have anything else to say about this manga because there's no fucking story to it at all whatsoever in the first volume.
pretty much. You ship Saitama and Genos?
I don't blame him. I don't know.
I don't know. I ship Saitama and Bike Man. That's who I ship.
Bike Man's
Because
pretty badass.
Bike Man is the OTP slash MVP. Like that's my favorite character.
Alright. So, moving off of that terrible manga. The next one we're here to talk about is basically the same fucking story all over again. Boku no Hero Academia.
Pico de Gallo.
Boku no Pico.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know how we got to that point, but
You did this.
so I get to do the introduction because this is my baby. Okay, so actually you do the introduction because I don't want to wreck it.
Why am I doing that?
I can try it.
Okay, so right off the bat, basically this story is a story about the world in like 20 years where everybody's born with fucking superpowers. And there's one hero that has really, really, really super powerful super strength. He's super fast, he's super strong, and he's referred to as the symbol of peace because his whole motif is that when he goes to rescue people or fight a bad guy, he always does it with a smile on his face and just trying to bring happiness to the people around him. And the main character is some scrubby little kid who doesn't even have fucking powers.
Deku scrub. That's what I call him.
Yeah, Katie calls him Deku Scrub because his superhero name is Deku.
Yeah.
For some fucking reason. I guess he likes trees? That's it, I'm calling him Tree Fucker for the rest of this conversation.
Oh.
So Tree Fucker goes to school and he's got friends. No, he doesn't. They all hate him because he doesn't have powers, and he always kind of tries to hang out around the kids that do have powers, and the kids that do have powers are jackasses because they're kids. All kids are jackasses. Welcome to life. So he goes and enrolls in UA High, which is the #1 hero academy in Japan. And he enrolls, even though he knows he doesn't have any fucking powers at all. And then he happens to run into his hero, which is the super strong, super fast All Might.
Sun God. For me, I call him Sun God. He's
Praise the
basically the
sun.
Sun God. Yeah.
Anyway. So All Might basically is like, no, you little shit, you can't be a hero without powers. And then Deku decides to commit suicide by running at a villain while one of his quote unquote friends, i.e. pricks that bully him at school, is being attacked by said villain. He just kind of runs at the villain and kind of starts slapping the villain. It's kind of like a little bitch fight.
Yeah. It literally goes as follows. He goes, "Gotcha!"
And then All Might comes and rescues him and actually finishes the fucking fight like he should have done in the first place. And he is like, oh, I guess since you have a hero's heart, you can be a hero. Because my special powers aren't actually special powers that I was born with. I actually got them, and I can give them to you. And I guess I will, even though I just met you today.
That's totally responsible.
Yeah, totally. So then he goes and he fucking trains the kid for a little while, and the kid Tree Fucker decides that he wants to be a hero after all, and he works really hard, and then he gets the special powers, and he goes to UA, and he takes the entrance exam, and he passes. Yeah, basically a typical shonen anime. Welcome to Shonen Anime 2018.
Yeah.
Well, 2016.
Yeah, it was 2016, I was going to say.
Yeah, whatever. And that's pretty much it. There are a bunch of girls, a bunch of boys, lots of characters. Hopefully this writer is actually better than past shonen writers and doesn't randomly forget about them, because some of them are really cool. Like the girl who eats, and when she eats, she is able to take the molecules of what she eats and recombine them in her body to create random objects. And because of this, she doesn't actually gain weight. But somehow she still has huge tatas.
Like, really unfair.
Huge tatas.
When I was reading that, I was like, damn, why can't that just be me?
Or there's Mina, who is a pink alien chick.
Nope. I get to describe Mina. That's my
black fucking eyes.
Oh, how dare you! That's what really fucked up.
Who can secrete acid out of her pores instead of sweat.
Yes, she's a pink cutie with pink hair, black eyes, and she's got cute little alien antennas. And her name is Mina Ashido. And she, like Tundra said, she can secrete like acid slime and actually shoot it out or like use it underneath her soles or feet, which is pretty legit. she's like the most athletic girl actually among the group. Like like except for I guess like Eat What I Want. Like she's second like athletically, but she gets like her stamina drains really quickly if she doesn't eat something. So Shido is like to me like the most athletic because she can just keep going. And she's the coolest personality wise. She's one of my favorites because she's really outgoing and funny and stuff. And she just makes scenes really funny and like really entertaining. I really enjoy reading her and like having her on the
Okay,
show.
that
Like,
works. Perfect. Just ignore me.
oh, okay, I was about to say. Um, and then there's Zuko 2.0, or known as Shoto Todoroki. He's half and half, so he can use half ice on one side and then half fire on the other side. He has like a really bad burn mark, which is why I call him Zuko 2.0, because like the burn mark. But essentially, he got into the school based off recommendations, which is pretty badass because like he didn't have to take the test or anything. Like he just got into the school. I like him because like he's quiet, but he has like a really like dark past type. He's not like a bad boy exactly, but he's like really quiet and kind of brooding. But once you get to know him, like he's super sweet and he's one of my favorites. And then there's Best Girl, uh, Uraka. I think that's how you pronounce her name, right?
Yeah. Ochako.
Oh, Jacko.
Who's not
See,
best girl, which is something
she's
we need
not.
to
It's
argue
Shido.
about. She is not best girl.
Oh, she's not Best Girl. Shido's Best Girl.
No, Ashido isn't best girl either. We will have this argument on a later episode, I promise you. Because best girl didn't show up in this fucking volume, so we're not talking about best girl today.
We're going based off this volume, Best Girl.
Okay, best girl in this volume is fucking Shoto Todoroki. Look at the fucking stream, he's right there.
He is gorgeous though. God damn. I guess I'll allow it. Just, oh, Shoto. So weird that I'm into a 16-year-old. Moving on.
That's pretty typical for Katie, actually.
Says the pot calling the cat of black.
Yeah, isn't it great? We go from a lemon with Emmy's face on it to going to a dude with Hanako's problems. Whoa. Did not mean to move that.
And then there's Tenya Ida. And he's got no personality, in my opinion. Like, he's just basically follows the rules and the typical smart guy, class rep dude. Like, he doesn't really bring much to the table. He's really fast. And his brother's like, he's from a long line of heroes, which is kind of cool. Because you get a lot of family background on him. More than anybody I've noticed, besides Shoto.
Yeah, we get a decent bit of background for Ida.
Yeah, like I'm really surprised, but I like Ida. He doesn't stand out much though.
Yeah, he doesn't really stand out that much. He's kind of like streamlined into being a main character because he's one of the friend group of the main character person. Yeah. And then then they realize that they're actually in competition with each other and they're actually like legitimately trying to be the best hero because the better a hero you are, the more money you get paid. And then they realize, then they're like, oh, maybe we aren't the best of friends. But you know, right now they're just friendly, happy Dory. He's kind of streamlined into being a main character even though nobody actually fucking likes him.
Then there's my second favorite character, which is the teacher. And his name is Aizawa, and he is like one of my favorite characters. The reason why he's my favorite is because he's basically Tundra, but like not as perverted, or maybe he is perverted. We just don't see it yet. Basically, he never gets enough sleep. His quirk works like if he looks at somebody and it's not like a quirk that's physical, he can actually disable your quirk. So he has like a lot of like red spots in his eye and gets dried out because he has to open them so much. Yeah, him. Aizawa-kun. Which, I must say, there's a clip with his hair tied up. He looks fucking boss like that, and I wish they would keep the hairstyle that way because it looks great on him. And, but basically he teaches the Class 1A, is what the class is called. And he basically pushes the kids beyond their limits sometimes and tries to get them to be better. Like, he's a good teacher. I do enjoy him as a character, though. I feel like over time he'll just get better and better, which is why I adore him. He's not All Might, but like he's like hands down like top tier teacher in my
Okay,
opinion.
speaking of which, we do need to talk about All Might for a minute here.
Yeah, we do.
All Might, great hero or greatest hero? What's your opinion?
I would say great hero. I feel like there were better heroes before him. We just haven't seen it.
I feel like his whole motif of like being the symbol of hope and peace for the entire planet and having to carry that burden on his shoulders makes him kind of a step above all the rest. I kind of like that concept. And then, of
my
course,
wife's here. We have to drop everything and just say hi to my wife. Hi, wife. Sorry.
Hey, Cyber, what's going on?
Sorry.
Glad you were able to make it. You're not too late. You just missed the worst possible mangas, and we just are about halfway through BNHA. We have not done Komi yet, so you'll be happy about that.
We did Assassination Classroom though. You didn't miss that though.
That's okay.
You can watch our vid and see it.
It was
anyway. But no, seriously, I feel like in my opinion, like All Might, I do like the concept that he reins in the villainy just by being present. Like he doesn't have to be as active as much to detain people from villainy. Like it doesn't work. It's not 100% effective, but it's never going to be 100% effective. But it's effective enough where it keeps from people going, should I do this? But then I don't want to, get captured by All Might. Like he's a constant presence. But I feel like because he's like this symbol of a god, essentially, he's not as personal with many people, which is what's causing a lot of things going on in the society. That's my opinion on it. Like, he's like, he's busy and he can't always be there for people. But I feel like he's like separate from the people, like the real heroes that help day to day with civilians and stuff. I feel like he's not the greatest hero, because to me, a greatest hero is somebody that's personally there for people and like they're actually there for natural disasters, things like that. Like somebody that actually helps the community, I guess.
Okay, I could see that. I think the reason I think All Might is the greatest hero is because of his kind of symbol of peace system. It gives hope to everyone around him. Like, if All Might didn't exist, how many other heroes would have become villains or not become heroes? I mean, Bakugo would already be a villain. Let's be real. He's a jerk.
He's, like... If I hated a character, it would be Bakugo.
If you hated a character...
If I had to hate someone, it would be Bakugo, just because, like... There's having like a dominant issue, and then there's just being a total piece of shit. And like I know like the writer's trying to play Bakugo off as like, oh, I don't like people better than me, and I'm like the antagonist, and blah blah blah. But there's some fucked up shit he does to Deku that finds me unforgivable. It does not make me feel like his hero. Like the first go is literally he burns up Deku's notebook and goes, why don't you just kill yourself? To me, like, I know they're 16 and 16-year-olds can sometimes say stupid shit, but to me, like, even as a joke, people are sense enough to do it. And as a hero, you shouldn't be telling people to do that.
Bakugo is literally only a hero because of All Might's existence. There is no argument to the alternative.
That is the only reason he's gone this far is sheer because of his ability. Yes, Bakugo is an intelligent person, which is one of the redeeming qualities of Bakugo. I do appreciate just because he's a thug, does not mean he's a stupid thug. He does think logically, he does plan out what he's doing, and he is slowly changing as a character. Like in the first few chapters, he does slowly get better towards Deku, but still, some of the things he did, it's just not enough for me to sway him to be a hero. To be all honest.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. Let's be real. He is a jackass. He is a bad guy throughout the entire of the series. The only reason he is a hero and trying to help people is because of the existence of All Might. That is literally it. And oh, by the way, he secretes fucking nitroglycerin from his palms. That's his fucking power. He blows shit up. That's literally what he fucking does. He'd not only be a villain, He'd be a good villain. He'd be really, really good at it.
Honestly, I was getting the whole Sasuke Naruto vibe between Deku and Bakugo.
They have
So
given
like,
off that vibe like from minute one. Like this is
yeah,
Sasuke right here. He hasn't the only reason he hasn't killed
yeah,
his parents yet is because he doesn't need to test his powers.
correct. So like, I feel like all it takes is an Orochimaru character to show up, be like, "Hey, I can make you a hero, or I can make you something better than a hero." Bakugo's like, "Fuck yeah, let's betray everyone." I
Yeah.
don't see, I don't see Bakugo unless something changes or someone establishes like a friendship, a strong enough friendship. I do not see Bakugo like having any loyalties to anyone. He like I feel like he's just purely objective. What's going to make the best hero the best person there is? I need to because his whole motivation he stated was to surpass All Might.
Yeah,
If he
that's
gets
pretty much been
twisted
his whole
enough
thing.
into that mind frame, that could mean anything at that point. I do not trust Bakugo. I am
See,
assuming the worst of
see,
Bakugo.
I'm not
Yes.
sure if he's a Sasuke and he's gonna fucking just off everybody and then eventually come back and be a good guy, or if
Yeah.
he's more of a Vegeta and he's gonna
Okay.
off everybody and then come back and be a good guy, but bang a chick at the same time.
What the fuck's a condom? Dragon Ball DBZ. Goddamn. No. I think he's going to be more of Sasuke. A little bit. I think he's going to be more of Sasuke. I don't.
I don't know if you
He's going to have
realize,
a
but I just named two
strong
characters
event.
in two different shonen animes that are identical characters. They have no difference at all between the two of them.
Except
That's
for
the
Vegeta.
whole fucking.
Actually, no. Vegeta actually sticks around with his family. Sasuke doesn't.
Yeah, that's true, but only in the
There is a
super late
difference between the
series.
two.
I suppose that's fair. Super late on, yeah, I guess that's fair. Bakugo
But
doesn't have
like
any kids to abandon yet. I guess we'll figure out which one he is
for
later.
it has to take like a serious event for Bakugo to like change as a character to become a hero. Like there has to be massive changes. I'm talking like someone has to like slay his whole family and he realizes, oh shit, I can't be this terrible person because consequences. Like I don't know. But yeah. Then there's Deku, Scrub, who basically has this All Might obsession and creeps on everyone. Like he writes notes and like analysis, what he calls it. I call it creep, because let's be real. And he like just goes around like watches heroes do their thing, writes notes because he wants to be a hero one day. And despite everything that's Bakugo's done to him, he feels like Bakugo deserves to be a hero and deserves the best for everyone. And like he's just an alright guy. I like Izuku. Izuku is precious. And one day he meets All Might and just like after he basically gets like choked to death by this slime villain. You could say deep throat tiny, but basically like, that's basically what happens. Like and All Might saves him and he basically stalks All Might and latches onto him literally and learns his secret and becomes a hero. Like that's basically what happens with him. But like over time his personality changes too. He works out, gets confidence, he finally sticks up to Bakugo, he gets friends, like things are turning up for him. Then he meets Aizawa, and that's when shit hits the fan. Because Aizawa, which is why I love him, is like, hey, you can't get through life just hurting yourself. You have to be useful even after the fight. Because like Deku's not used to his powers at that point and hurts himself. That's the majority of it. And yeah, like that's volume 1 so far I've seen of Deku, but I really like Deku. He's
I
one of my
think he's a little
favorites.
bitch ass. He does
I think,
nothing but cry for the first 3 quarters of the first volume.
hey, he is strong with his emotions, okay?
Yeah, now if only he
Don't
has,
make
now if
fun
only
of
his emotions
Deku.
were a little less bitch ass.
Deku is my precious little world. How dare you? Um, who else gets introduced? Doesn't everyone get introduced, or I feel like it's just them?
Everyone in UA 1
Yeah.
in class 1A gets introduced in this volume.
I honestly, how do you feel about Great Boy? I
Who?
didn't know that was his name, but
Oh, fucking the
should not be in
pervert.
that class.
The
Yeah,
pervert.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
feel like he should be in that class. Like,
I don't know
he doesn't
why.
bring anything to the table.
Well, the thing is everybody always says that, like, 1A versus 1B, like, there's such a big difference between the two classes. The thing is there isn't. As far as the school is designed, 1A and 1B, and if there is a 1C, they're all identical as far as levels go. They're all hero classes. The only reason that the story cares more about 1A than 1B is because it just so happens that our main protagonist is in class 1A.
Yeah.
But, like, there is
uh,
a person in 1B, spoilers, who has almost identical powers to our main character. Or very, very similar, at least.
See, my opinion is like, I feel like there were multiple better candidates for Class 1A than Great Boy. I do not know how he passed the test. He must have,
That's
like, been
literally all he did. That's
strategic.
how he got in, is he did nothing but pass the test. He passed the test with
Okay.
with 100. The written test
So he's smart.
he aced.
Like,
Yeah.
I noticed he is smart. And
Yeah,
that's
he's just
great,
smart. That's literally all he has going for him. He
which
has
is
terrible
fantastic.
powers,
But
and he
he brings
doesn't do anything
nothing
else.
to the table. I feel like I don't understand why he wants to be a hero, to be quite honest. There's nothing showing, like, why he wants to be a hero. I guess, like, maybe later on he gets better. But honestly, him and Bakugo can just be flushed down the toilet, in my opinion. Like, those two are, like, the very least likely to become a hero. Like, even the guy with the belly button seems to be more hero-like than those two, which is saying a lot. Mr. Sparkles, dude.
Yeah, belly button laser.
Yeah. Cat laser. Laser pointer. There we go.
His power is literally called naval laser.
Yeah. Laser pointer. So, yeah, he's like this French dude that's basically trying to be Tamaki from, like, Oran High School, but not really. And then he's got, like, lasers actually shooting out his stomach. And he's supposed to be all, like, fancy and kind of annoying, actually, but, like, he seems like an alright dude. Like, yeah, him. He seems legit.
You don't have to say
So,
yeah him every time I throw up a picture.
I want to, though. Oh,
Okay,
well.
Deku Scrub.
uh, um, yeah, there's, like, so many people at this class, so
Fuck
it's
them
really
all.
noticeable.
We've talked about the important ones. Fuck Bird Boy. Fuck Grape.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else we haven't talked about. Oh,
Right.
there's the one who can turn his skin into rock, and then there's the one that can turn his
Kirishima.
skin into metal, who are basically the same fucking character.
Oh, yeah, Tetsu. It's Tetsu is the metal one, and then Kirishima is the rock one.
And then
And they're pretty funny, actually. I really I like Kirishima.
And then
He's
there's the kid the girl with the girl who's invisible.
Oh yeah, Invisible Girl.
Invisible girl. That's literally her whole power, but she can't turn it off.
Yeah.
So she's just invisible.
I bet she's super hot,
And
though.
she can't make additional things invisible. She can only make herself, her physical body invisible. So the only way to be truly invisible is to strip.
She's pretty great.
And then we've got fucking girl with earbud plugs, 3.5mm jacks attached to her ears.
What's her name?
I don't know her name. I don't care her name. Her power sucks. She can hear shit when she stabs her ears into things.
She can also project her heartbeat and make it a really loud frequency, so it actually can deafen you, which is pretty cool. And she's really good at music. It's from like her headbuds and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she likes music.
Who else is there?
There's Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
I
just call him Animal Crossing because he's really good with animals, and they just, like, show up, and he can, like, talk to them and command them. He's basically like Aquaman, but he does land, and he doesn't. Yeah,
he can talk to any animal, and because he can talk to them, he can more or less control them because they're stupid.
Yeah. He's really quiet, so he doesn't have much of a personality.
Then there's the weird dude who's, like, can move his body composition around inside of himself, and, like, his eyes can move to different parts of his.
Tetsuya.
Yeah, he's always ugly as shit. You know.
He's pretty cool though. He seems like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this picture up there right now because it's every fucking character in the class, and that way we can just click on them one by one by one. I can make it a little bit bigger.
I say that dude.
So the guy in the far back is who we're talking about right now. And
Oh,
as you
those
can see, he's
people.
got his mouth attached to his arm right now.
Oh fuck, we forgot to talk about Sue.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we forgot to talk about Sue, who's like a frog girl, who is currently best girl, not Ochako, not Mina,
Get the fuck out.
not fucking,
Get the fuck
not
out
even
now.
Momo,
Done.
with her huge tatas. Sue is currently best girl.
Sue is not best girl. Mina is best girl. Sue is second in the class. Thank you. Good day.
Yeah, then we've got Great Boy, we've got Sue, who her powers are literally, her power name is literally Frog, and she can just turn into a, like, she is a frog. She has a super long tongue. Hey, hey, hey. And she can jump really fast, and she can swim in water, and I think she can breathe
Physically
underwater, which is weird because I don't think frogs can actually breathe underwater, but I think she can. I don't get that.
I think she can too.
Whatever. And then we got Earjack Girl, Ochako, who anything she touches with her fingertips becomes loses all like weight. Hey Moxie, how's it going? Then we got Bird Boy, who even though he's a bird, his powers have nothing to do with flight or being a bird. His powers are like he controls this like dark spirit that's attached to him. Basically, if you take a 13-year-old boy's edgiest fucking character dream, you've got this fucking character. He's got a bird head. He controls the dark demon within him that occasionally overpowers him, and fuck him. Nobody cares.
Okay, stay with me, kids. So imagine if Edgar Allan Poe was an anime character. This would be that person. Right? He does poetry.
Yeah, he's like super edgy. Like, he's literally like a 14-year-old boy's best wet dream. And then there's Mina, who's actually a 14-year-old boy's wet dream when they're in that alien phase. Then we got Deku, our main loser. We've got this kid right here who's got like spiky yellow hair. There's a reason. He has electric powers. He's basically a fucking Pichu, and I specify Pichu because if he uses too much electricity, he fries his own fucking brain and goes full retard. Luckily, he's already full retard 85% of the time anyway, because he's a complete dumbass.
Because he owns up to him being a dumbass. He never once states or projects himself as an intelligent person. He's just chill and just like, hey, I'm pretty stupid.
Yeah, there's lots of characters around here. Then we got Naval Laser, whose literal power is he shoots a laser beam out of his belly button. We got this douchebag, whose only power is he has a tail.
He's not a douchebag. He's pretty nice.
He's nice, but whatever. He has a tail. That's his whole power. He has a tail. Congratulations.
Which people like to touch, I've noticed, but that's gonna be a different conversation.
This is Kirishima, who has the ability to turn his skin to like a rock. This is Bakugo, of course, who blows shit up. Momo, huge tit girl with the power to create things. Todoroki, who has fire and ice powers.
Suku 2.0.
This dumb shit, whose whole power is I can shoot tape out of my elbows. No, I'm not fucking kidding, and it's not even duct tape. It's like Scotch tape. It's literally like fucking Scotch tape here.
Sero? S-E-R-O.
I don't give a shit what his name is. He shoots Scotch tape out of his fucking elbows. Then there's Ida. His legs have engines attached to him. That's how he runs fast. That's literally his power. Then there's this dude. This dude is like, isn't he like, he eats sugar and he transforms the sugar into like bursts of strength?
He legitimately eats sugar and becomes Donkey Kong. Like, he just gets super buff and starts chucking things or punching things.
He's basically literally Deku without the whole, when I use my power, I hurt myself. His downside to his power is he has to eat. You know, like any other normal fucking person. And then we've got Animal Boy, who talks to animals, and we've got Freak of Nature, who has the ability to move his whole body parts around.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's basically like Parasite 101 here. If any of you have ever seen that. Alright, we've gone through all the retards in 1A. And I think we're done with this manga for this volume. Right. Am I wrong?
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
I don't think we have anything else to really talk about with
volume 1-wise, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so next up is Reincarnated as a Slime.
Oh, here we go.
So, this manga basically starts out as a slime monster, like a slime from an RPG, just hanging out in the dark with no ability to see. and he remembers that he was reincarnated from a Japanese businessman in his past life, where he died by getting stabbed by a mugger. And then he has special powers, and he meets a dragon, and this dragon is like a tsundere dragon. So he convinces the dragon to be his friend, and then devours the dragon to take its powers, but also to help it. He says it's to help it escape its prison, but he still hasn't helped it escape its prison. He ate the dragon. He's left the prison. Why hasn't he spit the dragon out if he has any intention of doing so?
Because the dragon and him are buds, and they're best friends to the very end.
Yeah, the very end was when he ate the dragon.
Yeah, they're still best friends.
So anyway, he has special powers, and he has the ability to anything he eats, he can mimic, and anything he names, he can use his magicalness to make them evolve, like, overnight. So, like, goblins become hobgoblins, dire wolves become, like, this weird fucking thunder wolf that has, like, a horn on its head. Ugh.
Yeah, no, you got the feeling right there. So, yeah, basically, what? He eats the dragon, goes to a dwarven city.
No, he doesn't go to the Dwarven city next. He goes to the Goblin city next and brokers a peace between the goblins and the dire wolves, and then evolves both species. Then he goes to a Dwarven city because these goblins are idiots and don't know how to build houses. So he goes to a Dwarven city and enlists the help of of a dwarf smith to come and teach him how to build shit. And he gets into a bunch of trouble there because the dwarf smith is, like, getting fucked over by, like, a viceroy that lives there, basically Jafar. And
Yeah, you're pretty much not wrong. You're
yeah, I'm not
spot
wrong.
on.
And then Jafar basically is like, I want them in jail because they hit me.
Pretty
And
much.
the volume pretty much ends with him going to, like, talk to the king on trial for hitting the viceroy.
Which the king looks like he doesn't give any fucks, so that's probably gonna go pretty badly.
Alright, so is there anything we really need to discuss with this manga? I mean, there's elves. Who doesn't like elf titties?
I guess, like, the only real thing, two things I want to discuss.
Elf titties.
One, I really hope
those are two things, one on each side.
I'm gonna ignore that on purpose. So the one thing I want to talk about is the very beginning, where basically I feel bad for the sensei because, like, before he becomes slime, he basically is, like, called out by, like, this person beneath him, like a junior or whatever. And it's just like, hey, you should have dinner with me. Oh, here's my hot fiance. I'm totally bragging about it, right? And so when he actually goes out, like, the person that's mugging them was actually going after the kid, but he, like, steps in front, like, risks his life for him and dies. But as he's dying, like, my favorite, I feel like this is so Tundra because he's literally like, I want you.
With his last breath, he
Take my
tells his
PC
junior, take my
and dump
PC
it in
and
the
dump it in the... Does he say river or the bathtub?
He says dump it in the river. This junior's like, Sensei, that's something I knew you would say. So that, like, explains a lot about him as a person, which I wish we could have figured out more, because, like, that reminds me of Tundra to a T. That would be something he would say to me.
Yeah, I love the main character because he's a smart ass, but he's like a smart ass at just the right level. Like, he's not like Kirito from Sword Art Online smart ass, where he's just smart ass for the sake of being a smart ass because he's OP as shit. Which, admittedly, this guy is OP as shit. He just doesn't realize it yet. Like, he doesn't realize just how fucking broken he is. And I mean, like, powers-wise, not, like, broken as in mentally inside like me and you guys are. So...
Yeah, pretty much. And then he gets reincarnated, literally rolls it up with this dragon. This dragon's supposed to be, like, this terrifying thing, right? Like, has a conversation with him for 5 minutes, and the dragon's just, like, relating to him so hard. And just like, I would be honored to call you my friend, and blushes and shit. I'm just like, I want to know what he was before the slime. It's like he just like romances this dragon.
The
Doesn't
dragon
even
is a
try.
total tsundere. Like, he really
Pretty
is.
much.
It's perfect.
It's so perfect. It makes like you guys gotta read this. Like I was like, oh, it's a harem anime. I'm not sure, but then I
Wait,
actually
you
read
thought
it.
this
I
was
was
a
like,
harem anime?
it says in the
Why?
tag because it says in the tag harem. So that's why I was like,
Does it?
yeah.
There hasn't been a single girl introduced yet.
That's
I
why I was
mean,
like,
other than one of
hey,
the
what are you
goblin
down?
girls and the elves, but no actual, like, named characters who are girls. Unless this is a gay harem, in which case, sign me the fuck up.
Oh, okay. Like,
I mean, even the dragon, while being a tsundere as hell, is a male
yeah,
character.
it just like fawns over him, and like I was just like, you know, it's not bad, and like it gets a little edgy, but it's not like doesn't take away from the plot, which I don't mind, because I'm the type of person like if it has etchy but it takes away from the story and it's just being etchy for the sake of etchy, then I have a problem with it. Because if it's being presented as a story, I'm there for the story, not for
Yeah,
whatever.
she talks about. She specifies in. Admittedly, this anime does, or this manga does a really good job with its ecchi scenes, where the ecchi scenes are not really gratuitous, and
Yeah,
they make fun of themselves, like
which I appreciate.
like how the whole time the slime is being told, the slime main character is being told about how he needs to go to the city that has elves and dwarves and men that all live there in like one like united front. The whole time he's like just thinking over and over again, elves, elves,
Yeah, pretty
elves,
much.
just because he wants to see
It's
some
just
elf titties.
pretty much.
Like, it makes fun of its ecchi side real hard, which is nice, I think. Especially because it doesn't take itself too seriously.
What else is there? I feel like there's not much that go off. It's basically like rapid paced. Like the story goes pretty well.
It's like if the
Yeah.
ridiculousness of D&D, like an actual session of D&D, not like the overall world, but an actual ridiculous setting of D&D, was turned into a manga or an anime.
Pretty much. Like it has the flow of like any.
It's like, go read the
Yeah.
Adventure Zone manga that they put out, like, I don't know, 2, 3 months ago, and it's basically just an Americanized version of this, or vice versa.
Yeah, no, pretty much down to a T on that. That's really all I have to really say. There's not much of a discussion to it because it hasn't really given us enough of the world to have a discussion. It's pretty straightforward. So
Yeah.
I would recommend reading it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. And I
Um,
look forward to seeing where this goes and talking about future situations. Hopefully, it continues to be as good as it's been so far.
what's next on the list?
It looks like Nisekoi is
I get
next.
to do this intro. I got this down. I actually written this up. I actually did homework. Okay.
Oh God, here we go.
So we're gonna follow the story of Reku, who is basically
Is that
this
his name?
average teenage boy. Yeah, that's his fucking name. Deal with it. And Reku is actually the son of a yakuza, which basically is gangster
His name is
Japanese gangsters.
Raku. Jesus Christ.
Raku, like Rocco, but like with the U, and and basically Raku uh goes to school one day, just totally normal, and meets this star butterfly girl named Shotoge.
Okay. Right off the bat, are we gonna completely skip over the fact that he's the son of a fucking yakuza boss? Are we gonna
We're gonna
completely
get to that.
gloss
We're
over
gonna
the
get to that.
major fucking plot point of the fact that
I
the
already
main
said it.
character
I already said
is
he
the son
was.
of a yakuza boss, and
Yeah, I was getting to that.
he's a total fucking
hmm
pansy?
Yeah, pretty much. No, he doesn't want to be part of the Yakuza life. But then he meets this girl named Shitoge, which basically, like, she trips into him, and they have an accident, and she slaps him because why the fuck not? And basically learns, like, when he gets home from school one day, learns that Shitoge is the daughter of a what is it called? It's like another Yakuza, but they have a different name for it. But she's
That's
the daughter
because
of the boss from there.
she's the daughter of a boss of an American gang,
Oh, that's right.
because
So
her
basically,
she's
they're
half
like,
Japanese, half American.
right. And so basically, both the bosses, like their parents, is like, hey, you guys are going to get married, so there can be peace between the gains, and we're just going to merge the gains together. And they're not ecstatic because they kind of just hate each other because, you know, teenagers. And basically, the reason why Raku is pretty much against the marriage is because he's in love with this other girl, which I honestly don't remember her name.
Onodera. Onodera is best girl. Fuck you, fight me.
And essentially is in love with her.
He isn't really in love with her. He has a kind of sort of crush on her, but he also has a background where he has this locket that he wears around his neck from a girl that was given to him from a girl while he was overseas, and he doesn't remember what she looks like or her name, but he has a locket and she has the key, and they're like, they made a promise that one day they'd meet up again and like get married. And it's more than heavily implied that Onodera has the key. Even though that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not Kirasaki that has the key. It's Onodera.
Yeah. Yeah, like his whole thing is like, I want to find the girl that has the other part of the necklace set that I gave her when we were kids. Yeah, no, that's responsible. And it turns out it's the girl he actually crushes. And that's pretty much it. Like, the characters are really cool. It's funny enough where it keeps my attention, but it's pretty predictable.
See, look at this. Look at this star butterfly motherfucker right here.
She's super
cute. This is Kirasaki. And the one on the right is Onodera, who is actually best girl. Because Kirasaki's a tsundere little bitch. And we all know how much I love tsunderes. You guys can't see my mouse, but it's currently hovering around Natsuki's face.
See, I'm all about the short hair girl. She's my OTP right there with them. I'm not much of a tsundere.
See, you're more of the see. I expected an argument here. I expected you to be on the star butterfly front. Nope. I expected this to be an argument between whether Kirasaki or Onodera is best girl.
I know you wanted one so bad. I saw those notes and I was like, Is she best girl?
You don't ever fucking agree with me on who's best girl in literally fucking anything. So I really expected a fucking fight here.
He was prepared. He was sending me his notes and he was like, we're gonna fight. And he like had all this prepared. And I was like, I don't think this is gonna turn out the way you think. And he's like, oh yeah? And like now he's like, oh shit, she actually agrees with me. So he's like, I wasted 5 minutes of my life preparing for this argument.
It probably didn't even take me 5 minutes. I literally just wrote Onodera is best girl, fuck you, fight me. That's literally all I wrote. Not that I don't have a reason to back up my opinion, but
no, of course she's best girl. I'm like, yeah, like I'm not gonna fight you on that. If you guys read it, you'll see. Clearly, she's best girl.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that haircut. Good haircut.
The haircut, really, that's where you go. I mean, if it was just purely hair, I'd be like, oh, definitely this girl. But no. It's because Onodera actually is a nice girl who takes care of the main character and seems to like him. Also, it's pretty heavily implied that she has the key. Like, to the point where she has dropped the key. We have actually seen her physically have the fucking key. That's the kind of implication I'm talking about. She has the fucking key. Unless it's just not the key and she just coincidentally also carries around an identical fucking key.
Or found it. Oh god. Still, she's best girl because she actually like is nice to him and is healthy with him.
Fuck so Kirasaki. That's why I'm like, nobody likes her.
Right.
Alright, well then I guess we don't really have anything much else to talk about this manga. Because all it's been so far is the irritation that the main character and Kirasaki have to pretend to fucking like each other so that the Yakuza and gang don't fucking kill each other. It's been real obnoxious, frankly.
Yeah, it was. Like, I recommend this story if you like something funny and you want something kind of predictable, but at the same time you just need something that distracts you. I recommend this. It's not my favorite manga, but it's different enough.
Yeah, it's not bad. I hope it gets better, or I hope they just like looking at the fucking character page for the manga, just because I had to pull pictures from somewhere. There's a lot of fucking girls on this character page. I really hope this doesn't become your typical fucking harem anime where there's a clear winner. That's just gonna be real fucking boring, frankly. Especially if this whole key thing doesn't even fucking matter. Like, that's gonna be really irritating, too. Like, unless this manga ends with, like, a real reason, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Alright. Moving on, because I think we're pretty much done with Nisekoi, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bot doesn't work. We've been live for an hour and 10 minutes.
It lies.
Next up is Yamada and the Seven Witches.
Oh my god.
So this manga is fucking weird.
It's so freaking weird, guys.
So it starts off with, like, literally, in my fucking notes, the first line of my fucking notes is, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah, exactly. That's what my mental process was.
Because like... it starts off, main character... Yeah, hold on. I'm going to pull shit up because I feel the need to.
You know how Freaky Friday was, like, a thing? Well, this is Freaky Friday, but more what the fuck. Like, it's like you thought you knew what was going to happen in the beginning, because they do a good job trolling you. You're like, oh, it's a typical smart girl falls in love with maybe the gangster type. Nope. It's gonna be different.
Yeah, so the middle character in this, even though he doesn't look it in the anime version, is like a thug at school, delinquent, beats people up kind of thing. The one on the right is like super smart girl, who gets bullied a bunch. Dude on the left is dude who works for who's part of the student council. He's like student council vice president.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
So, I don't fucking trust him either. I don't trust him any further than I can throw him. So what we found out so far is these two are interacting with each other for some fucking reason. I don't even remember why anymore. And then he decides
about the girl and the boy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they went up the stairs and he was like...
Yes, I know, but I don't get why they were, like, together in the first place there. I don't remember.
They just bumped into the hall.
Okay, whatever.
And they were just going to the same class.
So yeah, they just go, and he decides to be an asshole and, like, rushes in front of her. And then slips on the stairs and falls on top of her. And in the process of slipping and falling, he accidentally kisses her.
Because that's how that works.
They both get knocked unconscious, and they wake up in each other's bodies.
Yeah. Not kidding, that's how it goes.
Why this is a fucking thing is beyond me.
It has not been explained yet.
It has not been explained. All we figured out so far is that it has something to do with the dude. Because the dude... And then the girl starts, like, falling for the dude and constantly wants to kiss him to switch bodies back and forth.
It's more like he goes to her.
He goes to her one time so that she can...
Multiple times.
So that she can do the fucking... To do his test. For one of his makeup tests to save him from getting expelled. And then he goes back to her. No, then she keeps suggesting it after that point. They switched bodies like 8 times alone in the first manga, and he only asks her to switch bodies 1 time. The time you're thinking of is a second time where she does it to take a test for him, but she's the one who suggests it first, not him.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And
that's weird. It's just
then these two end up kissing because somehow... Oh, he is suspicious about the way she is acting when the main character is in her body. And...
I think you're confusing it. Okay, so white-haired boy...
White-haired boy becomes suspicious because blue-haired boy is inside blonde girl's body. And she's acting weird because of that, because she's acting like blue-haired boy, because blue-haired boy's in her fucking body. So, white-haired boy tells a bunch of lies that would convince that if blonde-haired girl was actually in her body, she'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. But because blue-haired boy doesn't know better, he just goes along with it. So because of that, white-haired boy figures out that they can body switch and convinces them to join Supernatural Studies Club, which I'm sure there's more to that fucking whole shit show. And then convinces So this is the fun part. He wants to figure out whether it's both of them or only one of them that can switch bodies. Because up till this point, only one of them has they've only switched bodies with each other. So it's possible only one of them can switch bodies, and it's not a thing just between the two of them. It might be a special trait of just one of them. Spoiler alert, which is still in this volume, it's the blue-haired boy's special power in some way, shape, or form. We don't know why, but we know it's the blue-haired boy's. So at first he's like, oh, I can just kiss the blonde-haired girl and find out for sure that way, and if I don't switch bodies with her, it must be blue-haired boy. And the blonde-haired girl's like, haha, fuck you. And then the white-haired boy's like, alright, then fine, I guess we can have blue-haired boy kiss a different girl. And blonde-haired girl's like, haha, fuck you, he's mine.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then white-haired boy's like, well, fuck, I don't have any other options. We can have blue-haired boy kiss me. And blonde-haired girl's like, alright, I can get off to this.
Yeah, I'm not, that's pretty much it, yeah.
And so they do. And they switch bodies. Speaking of which, this is a very important side note. I am convinced that the reason why the Japanese never do, there's that major trope of everything constantly being no manga ever goes to conclusion, and no manga ever actually finishes the series, or what's what I'm looking for, why there's never any conclusion for any romance ever in most mangas or animes. And I think I know why. And this is the reason why. The Japanese are terrible at drawing fucking kissing. Look at this shit. Look at the third fucking panel here. Look at how terrible this is drawn. Holy shit.
I seriously had to stop for 5 minutes because I was like, are they kissing? I don't understand what's going on in this scene. I didn't know. And then I was like, oh, they're kissing. That's right. That's why there's not kissing in manga.
And for a manga that the whole fucking series is all about this dude kissing other people, every fucking drawing. This is just a really good example that I happened to pull when I thought about adding this topic. But every fucking drawing of them kissing any characters kissing is fucking terrible. It's fucking horrible. They draw it terribly. Throughout the whole manga. It's just terrible.
Josh, I have a solution for this. You know what we need to do?
Teach the Japanese how to draw kissing so they can start writing good romances.
We don't have the funds. This is going to be a cheaper option. We're going to go to Citrus. We're going to cut out the lips on those. We're going to paste it.
Yeah, it's true. Citrus has some decent kiss scenes, don't they?
There you go. We fixed it. There we go. Seriously. No, I was reading the story and I was like, I saw a smooch. And for some reason my mind was like, what am I looking at? Because I was like, why are they eating each other's cheeks? Why are they kissing on the cheek? That doesn't make sense. And no, I seriously had a 2-minute conniption. I was like, what is this kissing? I was really upset actually. I was like,
yeah. So that's my personal fucking rant. And from me, my biggest fucking problem is I am a total fucking moe weeb piece of trash. My anime and manga is 95-ish% nothing but romances. So this fucking gets my goat that they can never fucking write a decent fucking romance. Fucking ever.
Honestly, I know I read the book. I read the volume twice. Right? I still don't know what the story actually is. It's like Indiana Jones.
I mean, it's clearly leading kind of towards a romance between the blonde-haired girl and the blue-haired boy. But slowly. The other thing I've noticed is that this manga does a really, really bad job of denoting which character is inside whose bodies at any given point. Yeah. Which I'm hoping they use that as a plot device later to tell a story arc where we don't know who's in the body, and that's done on purpose. because if a really good writer got a hold of that concept, that could be done really, really well and be really interesting. So I'm hoping they do like a plot device later for it. Katie, did you ban Tiny from your fucking Discord?
I like kicked him.
Then you need to unfucking ban him before anybody can invite him.
How do I do that, though?
Oh my god, you're such a fucking scrub.
Did I say I was anything but?
There's no ban on the ban section, so I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna have to look it up later.
You're a fucking scrub as always.
It said 24 hours, so that's why I was like, oh, okay, this is a temp kick. So, yeah, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it if I knew those repercussions.
There, Tiny, I threw one in Twitch chat. Now stop bothering people. Tiny. Nobody wants to be in Kitty's Discord anyway, so I don't know why you're making such a big beef.
You're just jealous because people actually come to my Discord.
What are you talking about? People talk to my Discord all the time. Gregor talks to my Discord all the time. That's all I need.
That's right.
I'm a one man.
That's why I ship you
man.
Too. That's why I ship you two so hard. Sir Sendra forever. What's our after talking about that, because like I totally zoned out by that last manga because that's how that manga made me feel. What is our next one?
What?
What's our next topic?
Oh, I think we're done on this one, other than the fact that I did want to specify that as weird as it is, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where the story goes.
I know, right? Like, it's like a train wreck. You just can't look away because you're just like, I want to know how this ends. Like,
all right, so from here, we should go.
It didn't work.
Yeah, then you're SOL, my dude.
I'm gonna look into it.
So we should go into probably Orange and Blue Spring Ride. I don't care the order, because frankly, the first volume of both of these mangas was fucking terrible.
It was. I recommend watching the anime for Blue Spring Ride over the manga, because honestly, the flow... Okay, Blue Spring Ride had a better flow than Orange.
There is no difference between the first volume of Blue Spring Ride and the first 3 episodes of the anime of Blue Spring Ride. They are identical story-wise. The manga and anime, the whole story just has terrible fucking pacing. Let's be real.
The anime has a better pace.
So let's go with... No, it doesn't. They're identical. I'm not fucking kidding. Nothing changes at all. It's almost verbatim. I've never seen a fucking anime stick so closely to its source material.
He says this, but I don't think so. But regardless,
I mean, I literally watched it yesterday to confirm this concept. So, well, I guess we'll do Blue Spring Ride first then.
Yeah.
So Blue Spring Ride is basically the story of a girl who met a boy, and she hated all boys when she was in middle school, and then she decided one boy wasn't as bad because he was kind of girly. Maybe she's a lesbian. I don't know. We'll find out in a future volume, I'm sure. God, I hope so, because she's actually kind of cute. But then the boy, she tells the boy she likes him, but then he overhears her say she doesn't like boys, so he just kind of leaves her and doesn't want to fucking hang out with her, and then his parents get a divorce, so oh, excuse me, God, that felt terrible. So he fucking moves and goes to fucking different school for the rest of middle school, and then for some reason he moves back for high school, and he meets her again, and he's different with a different last name because his parents got divorced, and she's a little different because now she's made herself like purposefully homely, so that the boys don't like her because she doesn't like boys because she's a lesbian, and all of her friends are superficial bitches, and she meets this little cute girl. I went more detailed, didn't I?
Basically, she goes to high school. They go into a new high school. Essentially, it's like a new chance. She basically wants friends because at her old school, because she was pretty, the other girls would shit on her because guys pay attention because, you know, girl mentality in Japan is pretty shitty.
Yeah, basically, she's pretty, the guys pay attention to her, so the girls don't want to be her friend because they're jealous.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so she goes into high school and was like, okay, I'm going to be determined on making real friends. So she goes into the classroom and basically finds the shittiest girls because for some reason they're like, oh, these are valuable friends. Goes makes friends with them. They talk about guys and stuff, and she is just like, ha 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 ha, yeah, I can relate type things. And like even like the boy and the girl, they meet up in the lunchroom because she went to go get food, and basically even calls her out like, "Why do you have friends like this?" And it makes her feel like rethink her as a person, like, "Oh, I should be a better person."
No,
And
it
he's like,
doesn't. No, it
it
fucking
does
doesn't.
temporary.
No, it fucking doesn't. She just decides. The reason she decides is because she sees a girl who is treated who's kind of cutesy, so she's treated like crap by all the girls and her fake friends. And then she's like, "Oh, I should just be friends with this other girl instead," and decides to do that.
Well, yeah, no, he talks to her about it. Like they talk to each other about it. They're like, you know what? Like she's like you're just gonna let that happen, basically. And she's like, no, I'm not. And basically calls them out, like, hey, you don't have to be shitty to this girl just because she's cute and likes good things. And then, obviously her friends ditch her because she did the right thing. And basically, her and cute little tiny girl become friends, which I'm excited because I like her. I like the tiny girl. She's super nice and cute. And that's the
Yeah,
gist.
that's her whole fucking character. She's cute.
She's cute and she's nice.
And she's nice. And there's nothing else to even really talk about this manga, because
It's a romance manga. It's gonna be a dramatic romance manga. That's the best way I can describe it.
can we replace the male romance lead in Blue Spring Ride with the male in Orange? Because I kind of want the male romance lead in Blue Spring Ride to kick the bucket.
Oh god. I don't blame you.
And with that, we transfer into Orange.
Okay, this one I want to do the description because I wrote notes for this.
All right.
Have you ever wanted to send a note to yourself to the past and say, "Hey, don't do these fucking things"? Well, that's basically what happens in this manga. We have
It
the
would
girl.
literally be an autobiography.
Anyway, so basically, the girl, the main girl, which I don't remember her name. I'm just gonna call her Henrietta because that's just gonna be her name. And essentially, she gets a letter from 10 years into the future, and basically they're saying, "Hey, you need to talk to this new kid in class. Make sure he doesn't go out with you." And she's just like, "Oh yeah, this might be some prank."
That's not what the
Actually,
fucking letter says. Jesus, this is why I don't let you do openings.
that's basically what the letter says. That's the
Because
gist of
you're
what the letter says.
objectively wrong 80% of the time.
And so she goes to school, and like some of the things from the letter starts happening. Then there's a new transfer student from Tokyo that comes in the class, just as the letter says, and then people are just super friendly with him because he's super cool and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, the note was right. Should I listen to the letter or should I not?" And
Oh, look, we
basically
have
she goes like,
characters.
"Hmm?
I said, oh, look, we have characters on the screen. Girl, boy.
Yeah." And
Keep
so
forgetting you can't see
essentially
my mouse.
she she goes against what the letter says and fights him along. Then she actually reads the rest of the letter because for some reason she's just reading this letter in bits, which makes no sense to me. But that's how it is. And turns out the reason why she didn't want him to go out with them is because that was the day his mother died, and that was going to be the funeral. So that's why basically her future self's like, "Hey, let him go to the funeral." But she doesn't read, and she's just like, "Oh shit, maybe I should listen to this letter." And then a lot of different things happen, and she slowly starts
No,
in.
no, 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 no. That's not what happened.
That is what
This is
happened.
why I don't want you to do openings, because you don't read between the lines. His mother died on the day that they went out. The reason why she sends the letter saying don't let him go with you is because if he goes straight home, he stops his mother from killing herself. If you go straight to Sayori's house on the morning of the festival, she doesn't hang herself.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, you can continue with the rest. I just wanted to say it.
Yeah, so anyway, she has a letter that basically writes the whole year-ish of her senior year as to how she should and shouldn't interact with this boy, because to change the future, basically, because this boy is going to die at the end of near the end of their high school year. It is implied, or it is stated outright, that the boy dies in a car accident. It is implied that that is not an accident and that the boy actually kills himself.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is the girl likes the boy and always has. So the future girl, which you see consistently throughout the manga, is sending the letter to try and make it so he survives, or that she can spend as much time with him and as happy time with him as possible. Even though by doing so it would literally erase her child from existence.
Yeah, which I was kind of like, she doesn't give much thought into it. Not really. Like, but she doesn't really. Does she know? I don't think the letters stated she has a kid.
No, the younger version does not know that she has a kid in the future.
The older version does.
The older
It's
version
super
obviously
shitty.
knows this as she writes the letter.
Like, that's so shitty, though. Like, I get you want to save your friend, but you're literally picking your friend over your kid.
That's how that's how you tell your kid
so
you
fucked
really
up.
fucking hate him. Here, I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter and sent it into the past to
In
try
his
and make it
mind.
so you were never born.
That's literally how it goes, and that's why I had so many problems with this. I was like,
Where's
it's like there's
Zangoose
a
when
lot
I
of
need him
scenes.
to? Where's Zangoose when I need to write a letter?
Oh god, no, no. No, you're in timeout for 5 minutes. No. No, like literally, like there's so many scenes with her and her kid and her like husband, and she's just like, oh, if only
Her
I could
husband, who
save
is one of the
him.
rest of their friend group.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. They're like, oh, if only I could save him and blah blah blah. I'm gonna write this letter. Like that's just how it goes, and it's, like does not give a thought about her kid. But her
Also,
kid's super fucking cute too. Like it's just so fucked up.
I'm gonna read my notes verbatim real quick for this story. My notes read, because Katie has this tendency to recommend and send me mangas that make me want to kill myself because they're depressing.
They're pretty
And
good.
so the first line of my notes for this story is, I swear to God, if this is another sad story, dot, dot, dot. Second line is, he still dies at the end, doesn't he? Third line is, God damn you, Katie.
Which is funny because he's like, I'm never gonna read something you suggest. I suggest something offhand. I'm gonna read it. Okay.
I mean, I had to give you some options as to what mangas we were reading, and frankly, I'm
Oh,
regretting that almost
okay.
across the board. Frankly, the only one that you chose that I like so far is fucking Yamada and maybe ReLIFE.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Pretends like half those things were like the other suggestions he liked were my suggestions. Okay. I get you. Get
They
you.
were all terrible. She suggested Blue Spring Ride, terrible. Fucking suggested
He
Nisekoi, so
he says
far,
that
terrible.
here's the thing. In the message, I did state we shouldn't go through all the great ones yet.
I guess that's
You got a
fair.
request from me.
We are not going through all the great ones because we
That's what
allowed
I told
Katie
you.
to
Hey,
choose a few manga.
we need to mix it up, and I was doing something more out of the norm.
I think you heavily
And
represent how many good manga there are. Speaking of which,
there,
one of these mangas she recommended isn't even a fucking manga, it's a webcomic.
would turn into an anime. So you know what? I count it.
Okay.
Real
So,
Life's an anime and has an OVA
other than the
coming out.
fact that Orange is depressing as hell and the main love interest is probably still gonna die at the end, I'm kind of interested to see where it goes, as much as I hate to admit that fact. Mostly just because I like reading manga that make me want to end my own life in GTA 5.
Which is why I requested it for him because he does. Like I requested based off what you can get into. I suggested Spring Ride because I want to do something soft and romantic out of all these clusterfucks that we have. So that's I was trying to add a mix into like our list.
So we
Like,
chose Blue Spring Ride instead of Toradora. We could have picked a good one, but you know.
but that's adding another big top namer, and I'm trying to like make it so we don't get all the big top namers and do it all at once.
Oh my
Like I want to
gosh.
spread it out.
Okay, moving on. Next up is what we were just discussing, ReLIFE. The last one
Oh
on the list
yeah.
that Katie set forward. Um, so ReLIFE is a story of. I'll just steal one of these real quick. Of a dude who goes to college, finishes high school. This dude. He goes to college, goes to high school, finishes high school, goes to college, finishes college, can't get a job out of college, goes back to college, gets a job out of graduate school, and immediately quits it. Which, in Japanese culture, if you are shitty wishy washy about your job at work ethic like that, you don't ever get another job, is pretty much the way it goes. You get to move back in with your parents or starve to death. Up to you.
Yeah, no, pretty much his mom's kind of just like, hey, we're not paying for you because you're like 27 years old and you should have a job by now, which I don't blame her, but the way she went about was kind of shitty.
Yeah,
So,
he gets an offer from, do we have a picture of douchebag McGee?
oh, no, we don't.
Of course we don't. Alright, so I don't care. Um, there's a character, he gets an offer to come work for a dude who basically the job offer is I will give you this pill and you will go become your body will revert to when you were 17 and you will go ahead and go to high school and relive your last high school year again, and at the end of your high school year you will be reverted back to being 28 instead of 27, and you will then be given a job opportunity through one of the companies that my company works with. And you'll be back in the workforce and not a NEET and won't have to move back home and all that jazz. But the side note is that everybody you meet as a high schooler will have their entire memory of you erased. And you'll basically, that you will cease to exist, and you'll cease to exist for that whole year. If you tell anybody, everything stops, you lose the way and you have to keep it a complete secret. If you tell anybody, you lose the money, you lose the job offer, and and everybody's memory gets erased. And you still lose the year of your life because they just knock you out until the drug wears off, and then reawaken you with no memory of the job offer or anything like that. So the big things I had for this is, for one, his teacher is 25 and he's inside, his real persona is 27. So I really hope he bangs the teacher, because it's the only fucking girl in this whole series he can bang without it being super fucking creepy. Because all the rest of these girls are like 16 or 17, and he's 27 going on 28. That'd be like if, never mind, I'm not gonna go down that road.
Good. Don't.
I promise you, where that road was going is a really weird place. But that being said,
he does acknowledge it, because like some girls are kind of being cute with them, and he's just like, "You're an adult, they're kids. You're an adult." Like he has this whole inner monologue, and I don't like the guy that handles him. It's just like, "Oh, enjoy high school life," and he applies like, "Yeah, you should date these girls."
Yeah, he's basically like, "Go ahead, fuck them all. They won't remember." Yeah. So let's actually discuss a couple of things here. Right off the bat, okay, first off, left girl is transfer student girl. Right girl is smarty pants girl. These are the two girls he is currently possibly going to bang other than the teacher. Personally, I hope he doesn't, because it's really fucking creepy. But if he's going to...
Oh, I want to say something so much, but I can't. It's spoilers. I'm gonna go, based purely off Volume 1, I'm gonna go with Girls with Glasses. She's so far my favorite.
If he's gonna bang one of these girls, I want him to bang the girl with the glasses. Okay? As much as the girl who's a terrible fucking smiler is kinda cute, and I feel like they have a little bit better chemistry. Partially because the transfer student girl has literally not had any lines at all. But I think transfer student girl is cuter. So, what the fuck? Okay. There. Now that even though I moved you, you got your fucking butterfly
she's super
back.
nice and sweet, and she's like, "Oh, a fellow transfer student, hello." It's just super nice, and then just like, it's just so cute. But then girl with bad smiles just has a lot of personality.
No, Cyber. Terrible smiles don't get me going. They have to be actually crying before it gets me going.
I just like how the background
got moved. Attest to that.
I'm gonna like ignore that sexual harassment. I just like how the butterfly in the background's scaring me off again.
I realized I could move the background because I still have about another like couple thousand pixels to the left and the right. So.
Okay, so I looked it up, guys, for the Discord. So it says to ban him and then unban him, Tiny, and that should fix the problem.
I mean, he'd have to be in the Discord to ban him, though.
You
You
can go
can't.
on the friends list and ban someone. You can actually add people onto the list, apparently. It doesn't give me the option to do that, so I feel like it's false. But it's what I'm reading on the Discord thing.
I have to. I have to be able to invite him to the server before I can ban him off of the server. But let's worry about this later because it's wholly irrelevant. For like the fourth time. So then, next important, interesting discussion. If you were given this offer, the option to go back and relive your last year of high school, and nobody you meet during that time will remember you after everything's said and done, which frankly isn't a whole lot different than actual high school was, but neither here nor there.
Would you? I would.
You would go back and relive your last year of high school?
Like, if it's exactly like the situation where it's current 2018, last 4 years of high school?
No, it would just be the last year, not the last 4. But it would be in this current year.
It would be this current year, right?
Yeah, it'd be this current year. You'd have the body of a 17-year-old you instead of...
Yeah, I would.
30-ish-year-old
you. You know how more accepting kids are today? They were back then, like 10 years ago, literally. Like, heck yeah, I would.
She totally fucking missed that burn. Totally missed it.
Oh, I totally caught it. I'm just rising above it. And no, I would. Just because like I feel like I could get to a better college, which I couldn't go to anyway, but I would have so much fun.
But you couldn't. That's the thing. It's because when the year ends, you become a 30-ish year old girl again.
I would actually study and actually relearn everything in a school setting, and then finally work on my spelling.
God, the worst part is Katie's so bad at most of these subjects, even now as a 30-something-year-old woman, that she
I'm
still...
not 30.
I know you're not. That's not the point. And that she still would fail every class. She would have to go back to, like, middle school and start learning from that point to be able to catch up.
I didn't actually fail all my classes. I only failed one class in my life, but I had mono. And I was out for, like, the first semester. It was Spanish 3, and I had to like, take it up.
You guys know how you get mono, right? You know what that means, right?
I went to the fair, actually. Like, no, the doctor was kind of suggesting, but I told him...
Katie fucking kisses random people.
I didn't. No, I went to the fair, and... Like, this is... Like, that was all the scenarios I told him. Like, he said this would be the most likely. I went to the fair, and, like, it was overcrowded and stuff. And he told me, like, you can actually contain it if, like, people are coughing enough, or if it travels into a different, like, it can be, like, like, I don't know if someone drank the same drink as me, or if I did something, but, like, he said, essentially, I can get it for a crowded room of people, too. So that's what he told me, because I didn't kiss anyone.
Like, yeah, and you could get herpes by sitting on a toilet seat. Next question.
But anyway, no, I would relive it, because also I could definitely pass my classes, because I did 4. Yeah, and I also would get to know people. I would also want to see, like, how people socially are now than they were, like, 10 years ago. I feel like everything's more accepting now than it was back 10 years ago.
I'd do it just for all that anime putting.
Oh my god. We'll go to the first anime club. I can see it now. This is Tandra's scenario. He would just waltz up to the anime club and be like, hey girls, I can be your senpai. And he would woo all these girls.
I just want to put it out there that when I was in high school, there was not a single cute girl in the anime club.
That's depressing.
So
that's how you dictate value, but gonna let that shade slide. I don't know. I felt like everyone in my anime club was great. I was president, so I assumed everyone was great. So
That's because she would join the anime club right after I left it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I kind of just rolled over in my junior year of high school to senior year. It's pretty great. Can't make any complaints.
Yeah, so I would take in all reality, now that I'm not joking, I would take the pill for shits and giggles, if nothing else. But they'd probably have to pay me something different, because I don't give a shit about getting a different job. I love the job I have right now. I couldn't possibly bitch about the job I have right now, since I'm doing that job right now. But so here's the other question. that I came up with off of this manga webcomic.
What?
Would you get into a relationship
With the teacher? Yeah.
with the teacher? Yeah, I mean the teacher's pretty hot too. I mean, I didn't save a picture of her on my thing, but the teacher's pretty cute too. I mean, it's not just like
I couldn't get in a relationship with a kid because, like, yes, I would try to dive in the experience and pretend to be a kid, but in the back of my mind, I could not be in a relationship because to me, I would have to, it'd be like a partnership, is how I view relationships. So I wouldn't be able to be 100% to that person because I knew I'm like way too old. And I feel like mentally, like, this is statutory rape, and I'm going to jail any minute. Like, that would
so.
just be in the back of my mind every second of the day.
So, as an
Like,
important side note, would you still get in a relationship even knowing that that relationship literally has a time limit?
no,
Because after a year, they won't remember you.
nope, I wouldn't do it because I would remember it. That's the shitty thing
Yeah,
I
you
would have
would
to
still
live with.
remember, but they wouldn't.
Yes, but I would remember it. That's the whole point. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, that would be like, yeah, I just molested this kid.
No, I mean, I'm talking. No, I'm talking about like you would remember. Like I'm talking even with the teacher. The teacher
Oh, with
won't
the teacher,
remember
yes.
you either.
Okay. No, then, because like I would remember still,
Remember,
and
the
then
rules of the pill
I would
are
grieve.
literally everybody you meet or
Then
know
again,
while you're in this high school body doesn't remember you after
wait.
the year is up.
After the year is up, if I could take a year off as my regular self and then meet the teacher again, then have a real relationship, that's what I would do.
Okay.
I don't know how I would meet the teacher. I would just set up the situation. I'd be kind of stalker-ish a little bit. I would manipulate the situation to me meeting, but that's it. That's the only thing I would manipulate, and then whatever happens, happens at that point.
I'd be banging some sweet high school.
You would. I wouldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do
I mean,
it.
look at this face on the right. Who wouldn't get going from that face? This half-ass smile and dead eyes.
It would be. I would have. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could deal with a lot of the girls if they were like as high maintenance as some girls come off in high school. Some girls, like not all girls are high maintenance, but like
She's talking about you, Em.
I'm not. No, M's not high maintenance. M's like music dependent, which is cool. There's a difference. No, I couldn't handle a lot of high school energy. Like, I'm just lucky that the people that are in my Discord are not as high energy like high schoolers. You know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of like music. Good, just stay.
She was saying that high school that she wouldn't be able to go back back to high school or wouldn't be able to handle it because high school girls are super high maintenance.
I said some. I said some high school. They are though. Some of them are. They're just so too high maintenance for me. Like, I just remember when I went to high school, some girl would just scream like every other day because like somebody didn't talk to her in the morning or something and just had this whole freak out, and it's just like that's too much for me. It was every day. It's just like I'm getting tired thinking about it. Like, it's not every girl. Like I said, I'm lucky that people in my Discord aren't as high maintenance.
Right?
Like, I'm actually really.
So now y'all know how Katie really feels about you.
Stop doing that. I didn't say that. Why do you gotta make this about a bad thing? If only I could say the things you say about them, but I don't want to get you banned. So.
I love all of them, you know that.
Yeah, you love them a little too much.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
Retro, Drager. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Run, guys. Just run.
Alright, so, guess what's up next? The last manga we have to talk about of the evening, and the one that everybody's been looking forward to.
Stop this, please.
Komi-san is bad at communication.
She's just like my beacon.
Oh, fuck.
Komi-san makes me happy. I sent Tundra some pictures of my favorite. I want to make memes.
Don't worry, I'm
Komi-san.
throwing them up.
Yes, I have so many memes from Komi-san. I love this manga. I recommend it. Like, she's if you want to know what I was like in high school, this is what I was like in high school to a T. And then when I finally actually had actual friends, I got a lot better with communication and stuff. I'm still not the greatest, but like social anxiety and it just like you can do that. Like that's me every day. You can do that. Like this Tundra can do the inductions, but there's so many discussions. I'm so excited.
This is such a
Excited.
good manga, so like there's so much to talk about. So let's start off right from the get-go. The story is literally Tadano is this dude who goes to school. He's the main character more or less, even though nobody gives a shit about him. Let's be real. Because the real main character of the story is this girl he meets that is fucking terrible at any kind of communication. She is fucking terrified of even talking to people.
Yeah.
And she's fucking adorable.
Like these girls go up and confess to her, like, "Oh, we're in love with you," and she's just like visibly shaking. But people don't apparently pay close enough attention to her because they don't see that. They just see her glaring at her. But if you actually take a closer look to her, she's just like,
look how fucking
oh
cute
god,
she is.
she's so cute though. Like she just doesn't know how to deal with people.
Do you have
That's
a
her
single
thing.
image of her with her cat ears? I don't see any.
No, I don't.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull one of those real
She has
fast.
these cat ears. She's so cute. But basically, what plain looking dude is trying to do is basically get her over her social anxiety and talk to people. So he's like actually like gives her conversation topics and like actually tries to force her out of her shell and talk to people and stuff. And it's actually working. Like I like how he handles her. I like he just seems to know what works for her, which I'm really impressed by. He's like a really cool dude. I appreciate him.
Yeah, because his whole thing is that he's really good at reading the room and reading body language.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
He like
Best
instantly
girl
can
by
tell
far.
like he actually pays attention to her enough where he sees her visibly shaking and just sees her trying to whisper and he gets it. He's like he puts things together really quickly. Oh, she's just bad at talking to people.
Yeah.
And he even trains her. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna sit on one side of the bench, you sit on the other, because he figured out if she doesn't give him eye contact, she can actually talk to a person. Okay.
Here we go.
So like he asks her questions how your day is and makes her answer it. Like it's amazing. Yes, handles her.
Yeah, and there's many girls throughout this manga, and boys, and
I just don't
Najimi.
remember most of them. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Quite honestly.
of course you're like, oh, Komi is best girl because that's the easy way out. Of course Komi is best girl, but Komi is the main character. Komi can't be best girl.
Komi is best girl. Fight me.
Huh?
Fight me.
Who do you think best girl is?
Komi.
No, Komi can't be best girl because Komi's the main character. That's like saying Tenchi is the best girl.
Oh, Dog Girl's second best girl then.
Oh, thank God. Jesus Christ. That's twice we don't have to fucking argue today. Aguri is obviously, I mean, admittedly, this is me we're talking about. You had to know going into this as soon as you read Aguri's character profile that I would be super down.
This is another one he was messaging me. He's like, who's best girl? And I wouldn't tell him. He was ready for a fight. And I told him there would be no fight. He didn't believe me. I was like, there's not going to be much of a fight.
Yeah,
at all.
So there are a total of 4 friends that Komi makes throughout the first volume. The first one is obviously Tadano, the sort of main character. I honestly think Komi is more the main character than Tadano is. Tadano, the boy, introduces Komi to Najimi, who is
kind of a piece of shit, to be honest.
Unlike Nagisa, we were like, is Nagisa a boy or a girl? Google says he's a boy. My dick says she's a girl. You know. Najimi, on the other hand, nobody fucking knows whether it's a boy or girl, and nobody fucking cares because Najimi's a douchebag. A hyperactive douchebag who tries to be happy-go-lucky, but a douche nonetheless. I'm not a fan of Najimi. I think he's way...
I'm not either.
I think he/she is way...
too full of themselves, for one.
I just fucked
something
up pretty bad.
I don't appreciate how
There we go.
Najimiya, whatever, talks to people and is tries to be friends with people, because basically how they want to be friends is, or she was, yeah, how she wants to be friends is like, I just want to be friends with you for the sake of being friends. I don't want to be friends with you because your personality or your interest. I'm just gonna be friends with you, just be popular. That's the only motivation she has. And like at first when she gets to meet Komi, she's like, oh, I can be friends with the most popular girl in school. Cool. And then actually meets Komi and is like, oh god, she's too weird for me, I can't do it, and then gets talked into being friends with Komi. Welcome back, Moxie. That's it. Like,
Yeah, I'm about to post a picture of Najimi. And the thing that I'm joking about is that Najimi constantly shifts between being, fuck? Why did that not post? That's weird. What in the fuck?
for the first time in forever.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. I can't see who that actually was at the moment because I kind of fucked with some of this shit, so.
You have a follow?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah, because there's no alert set up for it on this page.
It's bad. No, it's fucking.
Shut up. What the hell? Why is this not?
But
okay, I'll do this the simple way.
I just Tandra's fixing that. But like, basically the girl that's near Tandra's icon, Natsuki.
What are you talking about? That's Aguri.
I know, I'm talking about your avatar.
Oh, Natsuki.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fuck with Tundra. And basically on top is Dog Girl, which she just refers herself as. It's not me just to give her a nickname. She literally is like, wants to be Komi's like personal dog, like wants to serve her, like that's her.
Yeah,
fetish.
so this is the best part is that like everybody constantly constantly misinterprets what Komi is thinking because she can't speak for herself. Yeah. So when Komi doesn't respond to Aguri's desire for friendship, Aguri assumes that she's not good enough to be a friend, but she's only good enough to be Komi's dog.
Yeah.
So, which is like, for me, but that's a totally another story.
Yeah.
Then there's Najimi over here, who nobody is sure whether Najimi is a boy or a girl. And I mean nobody. None of the characters. Najimi won't say. Najimi literally intentionally changes back and forth what their...
She's not rocking, oh no.
Najimi changes back and forth what her pronouns are.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Aguri is more than the... Aguri is easily best girl. Honestly, if I had a choice between Komi and Aguri, it would be a competition.
I'm gonna check you out. Nope. Komi's best girl. Aguri's second. Close second.
God, it would be a coin flip for me. For like, reasons that admittedly I can't discuss tonight because they are in later volumes. But
anyway.
Aguri's character they go more in depth with, which is cool.
So the other girl, I keep forgetting her name. I'm like choosing not to remember it.
Are you talking about Najimi?
Yes.
On the right side?
She's kind of a garbage person. From what the first volume I've read, I feel like she's a garbage person. I do not appreciate her motives. And she's only being friends with Komi to be popular, is how I feel about her. Maybe she'll change. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just the gist I'm getting from
admittedly, though, Najimi is already popular, so hard to say whether or not. Like, Najimi is literally friends with everybody. It's a running gag where if they invite Najimi out to go do something, she has to pencil them into her schedule because Najimi is always busy with everybody else because she is everybody's childhood friend.
So Komi is the girl with the cat ears in the middle, like the middle page. If you see,
I threw the cat ear picture up in there.
Yeah, but no, Komi is best girl.
All right, what is?
I feel like the reason why Cyber's saying Komi's best girl because I'm Komi. So, I know you. I know why, baby. Don't you worry.
And we have one more character that we have to discuss.
Plain Twiggy?
No, he's. I mean, he's on the list, but fuck him.
Oh.
This character.
Oh, she made, there was a scene with her that made me legit laugh is when Plains Miki goes up to her and is like, hey, do you want to be friends with Komi? And she's just like dark whispering to him. That actually legit made me laugh. I don't even know what all was said. It was basically like, "You piece of scum. You think you
Here,
can come up here and make
hold on,
me
I've got
you
it.
call me and just like you got the scene." It's just like she's a piece of shit person too, but she's just like upfront. It's pretty great actually.
Okay, so here's what happens. I actually have it up in another window, coincidentally, while I
Okay.
was trying to pull this picture. He goes up to her and asks her, "You see, it seems like Komi-san wants to be friends with." And she interrupts him and goes, "Huh? What the hell? Did you just say Her Highness's name so casually, you piece of shit? If you
Yeah.
wanted to say her name, use Komi-sama at the very goddamn least, you useless filth. Don't think you're some hot shit just because you sit next to her, you trash. Before you came to the classroom, I tried to talk with Komi-sama, but do you even know how much of a miracle it would take for me to be able to do so? Huh? I bet that horse shit looking creatures like you gets totally excited from breathing in the same space as Komi-sama, don't you, scum?"
Just whispers this to him, like interrupts him in mid sentence, whispers this to him, and then she's like, "What did you say?" And just so preppy, and just like, "Never mind," just like
and
is horrified.
and yeah, she okay, I'm gonna say one word, and I'll be honest, I didn't reread this for tonight, so I'm not really remembering as well as what happened in this volume versus other ones. I'm gonna say one word, and you tell me if this instance happened involving that character or not, and then we can talk about it if it did. And
Okay.
that one word is kidnapping.
No.
Okay, then we'll talk about it at a later date, but I promise you it's gonna be good.
God. No, it's just she's interesting. There are little scenes with her where you can see her with Komi that I feel like she is slowly stalking Komi. Maybe that's what you mean by
What do
kidnapping.
you
But
mean
like she's
slowly stalking Komi? She's totally fucking yandere. Like,
yeah.
totally
Yeah,
fucking
but we're building
yandere.
up to it. Yeah, but we're gonna build up to it. I was trying to slowly introduce them. Yeah, pretty much. I forgot that scene. Pretty
Yeah.
great. You're gonna love it. I only read volume one. Like I don't know the rest of Komi, so
Yeah, I know.
no spoilers. But no, she's just all around the perfect character. Komi is. So I relate so much. I understand the struggles. I do like her handwriting. I like the scene with the chalk where she's writing with chalk, and it's so beautiful. Her handwriting's gorgeous, which that's like one of the weird things I noticed. That
Yeah,
was pretty
she's
great.
cute.
My favorite scene, my other favorite scene is she's the teacher asks her to read out loud, and she's shaking, and the teacher like she's quiet for like maybe 2 minutes. The teacher's like, "You're right, Comey. Like, was it the best form of self-expression is through silence? We should take a table book from you. You can all read silently to yourselves." Just like goes on this fucking monologue, and she's just like, she didn't even want that to happen. And the dude and playing McGee's just like, poor Comey, that was her chance. Just like you know what scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great if you can find it, like and show them. Like it's pretty great. Like I was like, I wish I could that could happen to me in like high school. But
Wonder if
here's
I can save
my
this image.
discussion. I feel like Dog Girl is gonna fall in love with Plains McGee, and then Comey and Dog Girl are just gonna like be like, but I'm in love with him. No, I'm in love with him. But Comey's gonna be too pure, be like, you should date him. But Plains McGee's like, I'm in love with you, Comey. And then Comey just doesn't know how to deal. That's what my theory is.
No, Augury has nothing but love for fucking Comey.
Oh, okay. It's just pure love for her.
Oh yeah. It's like a
Oh,
dog. It's like a dog with its master.
oh okay. I'm a little disappointed then.
Augury really lives up to Dog Girl. I we're not gonna talk about that. It gets better. Trust me, it gets better. She never lets that down. She never actually drops that act. It's really great.
What else? I feel like that's it for Comey though. I feel like that's all the characters for so far we got introduced.
Yeah, we haven't had
Oh no,
all
we
that
forgot
many.
the rival. She has a rival, remember? That was the last part of the chapter.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't even remember her name, to be
Basically,
honest.
Comey gets
Yadano.
challenged. Yeah, or something, and Comey gets challenged, and Comey is just like doesn't know how to deal, and like the girl just like rolls it from like, are you saying that you're not even gonna swim with me because you consider me as a rival? And Komi's just like visibly shaking, and she's like, oh, you're shaking with anticipation. I've been recognized, and just runs off into distance, ecstatic. And all Komi wanted was to be friends. Like, it's pretty great.
Yeah. This is a rival girl. And that's basically her motif, is she just always is starting competitions and shit with Komi.
Just to start, and Komi just doesn't know how to deal.
As for discussing actual things about this manga, I don't have a whole lot of extra stuff for tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna like dive into that next segment when we get a little bit more information.
Yeah, once we get a couple more characters too, because I think there's more characters coming up in the next volume or two.
You're fanboying now? What are you fanboying over?
I mean, I'm here.
Not everything's about you.
I am here.
You don't deserve to be All Might. Get the fuck out.
Come on, I'm the best All Might.
You're best genus at best. Ah, get it. Get it.
I am the best genist.
Little does he know, half of you came here for me.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm gonna temporarily mute both of us. Okay. I just had to ask her another question to see if, because she hasn't read anything more than what we were supposed to. Whereas I read this whole manga up to date, like months ago. Many months ago. So some of it kind of blends together in my head. Especially because I
That's
didn't
not
reread
what
the
we
first
talked
volume.
about. He was asking me what type of quick and clear, like his no-no places. I told him like he needs to go see a doctor. He told me screw doctors.
Doctors are for pussies.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually what we talked about.
Which I don't have one of
I'm
those.
pretty disturbed.
I have many.
You're gonna just die of an STD or something, and I'm just not gonna be phased.
That's distinctly possible considering my current lack of health insurance.
Yeah, don't be tender, kids.
Finger guns. You can't see them, but they're there.
Pew pew. I did finger guns too. You know me so well. I haven't yet seen what you sent me, Tiny. Send it to me in my DM so I can look at it later. I'm kind of in the middle of a show.
Right? Alright, that being said, I mean, I think that's about it for the show.
We will answer any questions or theories you have. You know any of this stuff, folks? Or if you have any requests, like manga requests from us, so we can get in the queue.
Yeah, if you want to throw any manga requests to us. Especially because Blue Spring Ride and Orange are both very short. I think they're 7 volumes apiece. And I think with how short each of those volumes have been, we might do double up on volumes of those.
That's also why I did it. So
we can cut those quick. That way we can get those out of the way quickly.
I had like multiple reasons. I had a system. Now you know.
We are interested in doing things that are continuing to update because, like, obviously Komi and BNHA are still updating. I think so is Reincarnated as a Slime, One Punch.
Oh yeah.
I think Yamada, ReLIFE, Orange, Blue Spring, and Assassination Classroom are done though. I think Nisekoi is also. So most of those will end eventually. So we are interested in doing ones that continue. Manga, obviously not necessary 100% because one of the ones we have this week is a webcomic. But it kind of depends where it originates because we're kind of, at least currently, trying to stick to Japanese or Korean
The reason
Um,
why I considered it is manga is because there's an anime and an OVA on it. So that's why I technically made it as a manga because it was adapted into an anime, like a
I
manga would
personally
be.
wouldn't necessarily use that as as a thing. A manga is either Japanese or Korean, for starters. I mean, technically it's
That's
a
fair.
manhwa when it's Korean, but regardless, I don't care if we do any of those. That being said, you'll be hard pressed to find a Korean manga that's actually appropriate to put on Twitch to discuss on Twitch. So good luck there. Um, and coincidentally, probably by accident, because Katie doesn't think this far ahead, ReLIFE is, even though it is a web comic, it is a Japanese produced web comic that was eventually made into an anime. So at the very least, we fit that bill.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of trying to avoid, for the most part, anything American. If we do anything American, it's going to be Avatar. I'll be entirely honest with
I
you.
agree. I actually agree with that assessment.
That's the only American material we will probably cover on this show.
Avatar is a masterpiece. So I agree with that statement. We might go into anime, see how successful manga is the show is. We might do an anime segment. That is something we've been talking about. Like I said, we're gonna do manga for a while. See how
Yeah.
it goes.
We also might get to like when we finish like a manga, we might like watch one episode of it on stream because that's the thing we're allowed to do. Not really. And if we Mystery Science Theater 3000 it, it's technically okay. So
Just give us the name and
yeah,
we'll
just give us
research
the
it
fucking
for you
name,
tonight.
bro.
I think it's the thing he sent me. No, that was the short film. But you did also send me the weird series, right? About. Let me look at my messages. I think Tiny sent it to me. Is it called? Where is it? Here we go.
What was it? Vampire
It's on,
Taboo?
yeah. It's on Manga-kun. Yeah. I don't know. I want to say maybe. We'll have to research it. But we basically been going off Manga Rock, which is a free app you guys can download. That's where we've been reading our like manga from. It does have like ads, but they're like soft ads. So like when you scroll, like you'll see the ads, but you can scroll through them. They're not like invasive or anything. But that's like they have a lot of good, like a lot of copies of manga, and like I also have webtoons in there too.
Almost everything I see with this Google search is Korean, so
So we can add that to the list.
admittedly they pulled up like 30 different things because coincidentally the word vampire and taboo are heavily overused in every
Here,
fucking form of medium on the
I'll
goddamn
just send it
planet.
to you
So
what he sent me. Here
yeah.
you go. Here's the link.
It looks KR, but hard to say. Especially because this website barely runs.
Yeah, I see that Tiny sent it to me, and I just sent it. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yes, I'm aware. Not critiquing your choice of website, I'm just saying. So I think that's probably it for tonight. We should be back now. We'll be back next week with another episode. Currently it looks like we're just probably gonna double up on Orange and Blue Spring Ride to finish those a little bit faster, and then we'll announce new manga as we bring them out.
Yeah.
Or considering the show was not as long as I imagined it would be, and it probably will be shorter going forward, we might add additional already. Because we've only been live for not even 2.5 hours.
Oh, it feels longer than that to me.
I know, right? But we've only been live for 2.5 hours, and not even 2 hours and 13 minutes. And we also did synopses of all of the animes, which won't be a requirement next time.
Which I'm excited about.
Right?
Because we can just do what I'm good at, discussing theories and
right,
stuff like
no
that.
kidding. All right.
Do you guys have questions for us? Any like any fan questions, life questions? Keep it PG-13. Trying to see if I can round it to like the 3-hour mark for you.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't care where it ends. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, it ends where it ends. I usually only stream for 2 to 3 hours anyway, especially when I'm feeling this shitty.
Hot tea, my dude, and honey.
Yeah.
I kind of feel crappy myself. Like I chucked down some chips, and I'm not feeling so
Well,
hot.
I know you're gonna flip your shit when I say this because of the implication of what I say, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe I have like a sinus infection because I got re-sick because I know you know how when I when I smell things that are particularly bad, it causes my allergies to kick into high gear and I get sick because of it. You know how that happens, right?
Yes.
Well, my dog decided to release his anal glands in the living room yesterday.
Your dog.
Yeah, my dog.
What? You got a dog and you didn't tell me?
Yeah, I got a dog.
I feel so betrayed on multiple levels. Uh, I'm gonna just I'm gonna answer questions because we got some questions. I'm gonna ignore that bait. Let's see.
Yeah, we can definitely
Can
post the
you read the
list
first chapter?
on the to Cyber. We can definitely post a list of the mangas we're currently reading before the next stream. That was a bad move on our part. We definitely should have done that, and I did not think
Here,
about it until like this afternoon.
Tiny, can you read the first chapter of what I sent you? Yeah, I can read it real quick here. Do you want me to like give you my opinion
Don't
on
read it
it?
on stream. We're not going to be on that long.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
read it
be
out
here.
loud. Watch this shit.
No, I mean still. You're not gonna be able to review it tonight because we're not gonna still be here. Yeah, I'll definitely be. I'll be around. I can definitely talk to you after the stream's done.
So I'm gonna give you a short snap. Like the first scroll downs I got. I like the art. The art's pretty. These lashes though. Okay. I'm reading it right now, Tiny. Like I'll let you know what my opinion is after this. And yes, I can send you a list of what we are reading and then what I was gonna suggest for our next set list so you can follow along and get a pick of something. Send you. What are you gonna send us? What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
box. Back to the dog. What type of dog is it?
He's a hound. He's a
Why didn't you
mutt, but
tell
he's a
me?
hound.
Why did you tell me?
Because I knew you'd be mad at me.
I
And
wouldn't. I'm mad that you didn't tell me.
You're thinly veiling your rage right now that I have a dog and you don't. So.
No, okay, hear me out. I'm not mad because you got a dog and I don't. I'm mad because you didn't tell me and I had to learn on stream. Like, it would have been so much less mad if you just told me.
Yeah, I have a hound dog, and he has a
Good job.
tendency to howl. I'm surprised he's not howled at any point during my stream yet, because he has a tendency in the middle of the night to randomly hear something or get upset because something, or especially because where I live is on a corner, and for some reason, idiots in this city don't understand the concept of walking on the goddamn sidewalk. And so whenever he sees somebody walking through our yard, out the windows at night or even during the day, he immediately feels the need to go full howl mode on them.
How old is your dog?
4.
4 years?
Yep.
Aw.
I got an older one because he was I don't know that I'd necessarily call him a rescue because I got him from the Humane Society, but
Still, he needed a home.
um
I'm happy for you.
he definitely has had a hard life because uh he had one of his ears is clipped very similar to like a hunter
Oh, okay.
does. And also he is scared of loud noises. He was scared of me at first. He's definitely scared of males.
Yeah.
And
But he got got adjusted to you pretty quick,
he
hopefully.
got adjusted to me really quickly, and he's great with Zangoose.
Yeah.
But he very noticeably has scars that are visible because he has no fur where the scars are, that are synonymous with a bird-shot round.
Yeah.
So
Rage.
he
Much
definitely
rage.
was not well taken care of.
Yeah. Like you never like accidentally shoot your dog, no matter what the situation is. Like,
Yeah.
makes me really mad. But I'm glad you have your dog and your dog's adjusting.
Yeah. He's a big
I
old
want
idiot.
pics. I want
And
pics. I'm more mad you didn't send me pics.
he
That's
gets
that's the main
he gets
upsetting point.
so my favorite thing is that he gets upset with me when I pull his tail and not like angry or hurt when I grab he has an arrow on his tail. It's hilarious. Like his tail is all brown, but he has a black arrow pointing towards the tip of it.
Yeah.
And if I grab that arrow and go, I got it, and I don't actually pull his tail because I don't want to hurt him, but I just squeeze his tail there, he gets, at first when I did it, he'd get depressed. He'd just look at me like, what the fuck are you doing? Would you do this to me? And now, when I do it, he realizes it's a sign to play. And he immediately spins around and bites his own tail. And then he looks up at me like, did you really trick me into doing this again? And then he'll stop, and he'll howl at me, and then he'll jump up and try and punch me in the face.
Which you deserve.
Which I deserve.
You troll that dog so hard.
I do, but he absolutely loves it, so.
You are so...
He is so fucking happy. He is a pig in shit when it comes to me.
I'm good. I'm happy for you.
Then he's funny because when I first got him, he did not like respond on the leash at all. He was terrible on the leash. And I took him for one walk and made him respond to the leash commands every time. And we came and got him, or like I took him the next time. The first time I took him out on the leash, he did not want to go. Wasn't interested. He was just like, whatever, I guess we have to because we have to take a dump. And now every time I even go into the hallway where his leash is, if he sees me do it, he runs up and sits and then barks at me trying to get him to take him out because he loves going for walks now because he was so excited.
Aw. It's pretty great though.
So,
I want all the pics.
I'll send you a couple.
No. All the pics.
See what I worried you heard was I want a lot of meat and eggs. But what I said was I want all of the meat and eggs in your establishment.
Exactly. That goes for everyone with pets. I want all the pictures. Doesn't even have to be your pet. I just want all the pictures of the pets.
Alright. So is there anything else we want to talk about before we call it an evening? Do we want to stream with each other at all the rest of the week? Maybe a game here and there? Maybe you actually want to play Fallout
I'm streaming
with me?
tomorrow. What?
I said maybe you actually want to play Fallout with me once in a while?
Oh no. Are you gonna yell at me?
I'll be nice. I already said that.
I'm really fragile in mind right now. I had a bad day today. People were mean.
Yeah. That's what you
I don't want to cry on stream. That's just my whole thing. I haven't cried I cried 2 times on my streams. One was for sad story and the other one was another sad story.
I think you've cried like 8 times on your stream. 2 for sad stories and 6 times because I was playing League of Legends with you.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember.
Yes, Em, I can talk to you on voice instead of whatchamacallit. That's fine.
But Gregor, why? Even if they're anime girl pets. Actually, no, never mind. That's not what I wanted.
Just posting pictures of augury.
Oh god. Yes, there you go. You're not even listening, Tiny? That's cool. I'm used to it. My mom's like that.
Yeah, we just ignore posts like that. I've been considering timing them out because we don't need to be reminded every 5 minutes.
You sent me
It's almost
something,
like there's a
Cyber
reason you
Baby?
got banned from the Discord, my dude.
No, he got kicked from my Discord because he was dissing Cyber, and
Oh,
I was
I know,
jokingly
fuck
kicking
him.
him out, and then things just got too real. What the fuck? Cyber, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's okay if I send this to
Oh
Tundra?
god, I hurt so
Oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, so Cyber just did this legit thing, and I'm copying the picture over to you. How do I do this?
bad.
Give me like 30 seconds here. Oh god, that's not what I wanted, Tundra. It's not what I wanted at all. Here, this is what Cyber just did.
Ooh, I like it. Very
I
cool.
don't know, who's gonna be producer now, Cyber or Gregor? I don't know now. There can
Okay,
only
note
be
to
one,
self. Cyber knows how to build a fucking stream.
right?
I did an okay job for spending only 20 minutes on it.
I didn't do. I only help with picks, and I contribute with personality. That's how I contribute.
Yeah, Katie contributes with personality. I need somebody to make fun of, otherwise I just have to make fun of viewers. And
I'm not the one that actually can take being made fun of. Oh yeah, I keep telling everyone there's a reason why you don't overly troll me, and they don't believe me. I'm a good troll master.
she's not. She's lying.
I'm the best troll
I
master.
do overly troll her. You guys just don't see it because it usually leads to her crying.
And then he apologizes, and he takes it all back. That's just the psycho. It's pretty funny.
All right. I actually need, at this point, yeah, we need to wrap it up because I need to be off my computer. My body is killing me at this point, and I need to lay down. I'll call you via Discord on my phone. I don't need to be on Discord. I stream. I'm a full-time
I said I hope you get on
now.
disability soon. Anyway, that was I do appreciate you guys coming out to my stream and to Tundra's stream. I didn't stream. I'm just used to saying that words. But if you could please, if you want to support us, just follow us or hit our Twitch or Twitter accounts. Also Instagram is the same thing. And I hope you guys see you later. I'm reading it now, Tiny, and I will message you once I'm done reading.
Yeah. And with that, everyone, good night, viewers.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.